What is going on, Casually FC? Welcome to our reaction to our mid-season predictions, where we adjusted our predictions from earlier in the season to better suit the transfer window. This was done on deadline day, and we'll see how many howlers we had, if any. I'm sure there are a few, but I'm here with my panel: Will, Andrew, Real Chris, Ahmed. Scott might join us. Who knows where Alex is? But we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and start. But before we do, as usual, guys, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss out when we do any of these impromptu streams. Be sure to smash the like, as it does help out the channel big time. Also, check out the links in the description to everyone's content, including my other content. Ahmed, we have Winter Surfers, Twitter, our Twitter, the Discord, all types of good stuff on there. Sarcasm City, all goodies on there. Check that out. And also leave a comment down below, let us know what you think. Check out the memberships, as we do have 4 different tiers of memberships that you guys could sign up for, starting at 99p. And before we start the video, just got to give out the shout outs to the people who are proper casual and higher tier, as they do get shout outs at this tier. Winter Surfer, Strasbourg Steve, OG Turbo Jesus, Dark, Scott, Epicnin, and Adrian. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for the support of everyone else who also is a member of the Casually FC. Thank you. Big up to you guys, and big up to Ahmed. Yeah, he did hit 100 subs on his channel. Make sure you keep continuing on the support, as he is continuing to provide you guys with content. And look who made it just in time.
Oh, I completely forgot until I heard the notification on Discord.
There you go. It worked out. It worked out. We knew Scott was going to join. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hey, listen, we had a little bit of a hiccup. All my timestamps got erased, so I had to look for them last minute. But I got it. We're here. We're here. Where the show is ready to go. It wouldn't be Casually FC if things went as planned. All right. So we'll start off with my predictions here. We're starting off with the relegation. So I start this off. Let's see. And guys, let me know if the audio works. But let's go ahead and get this show on the road.
Everton, Southampton, and I think Wolves are actually going to get relegated. Bournemouth are going to come.
Oh, I realize I'm also in
That's on like
time speed.
Did I hear some rap, or I don't know what just happened?
I'm surprised you're the first one to hear anything. You usually don't hear that.
Like, I was looking, and I was thinking, I'm hearing some fast talking.
You're
right
actually
now.
paying attention.
Great.
Like, can someone
Barely, man.
I know this is also going to happen.
No, I pay attention better in this load up screen.
Someone timestamp this stream so that it will know it's been
We're doing this again.
You noticed something.
It was the unusual, like when something unusual happens, that's where pay attention.
Hey, you're unusual, so it's all good, man. That's all I like.
Have this
Like
issue
we are.
last time. I don't know why this happens, but all right, let me open it up again. This is a very casual stream for
How
everyone.
much you paying us? How much you paying us? Yeah, we'll talk. We'll kidnap him at Chelsea. How much?
No.
Jesus Christ, what's going on with my stream? No!
Is this
Don't
part of
do
this?
this.
Is this part?
It's part of the casualness. Part of the casualness of it all. Bear with me, ladies and gents.
There
we go. Now it's gonna work.
Guys, can you talk about how?
Imagine the timestamp goes, man.
Can we talk about how
There we go.
Oh, fucking not lovely.
We will talk about ZH tomorrow, all right? Let's go with my predictions here first to start things off.
Oh shit.
Oh, wait. Okay. Everton, Southampton, and I think Wolves are actually going to get relegated. Bournemouth are going to come up, and they'll survive. I think they'll survive.
Wait.
I said Everton, Southampton, and Bournemouth?
No,
Oh, no, I said Wolves. I said Wolves. What did I... Wait, let me look at the table now.
Wolves are 13th.
wasn't-
Everton are 17th. And who did you
Got
say?
one right, yeah. You said Everton,
Hey.
which survived.
I got
Wolves-
Southampton right.
You got
Yeah.
You got the slam dunk, basically.
I felt like everybody put Southampton
Yeah,
in
pretty
because
much. I
they
got
was
the
looking
easiest
like they're
one.
Going down.
Well,
Yeah. You know, well done. You got one right.
Congratulations, mate. You played this one.
I got one right. Yeah, well, a
Yeah,
little
probably
bit.
better.
I'm actually surprised with this relegation though. Like Leicester's the big surprise because I didn't think they'd get relegated for at least a good another 10 years or 20 years. Like they had a good squad. Like I don't think they actually had a bad squad. Like Madsen and all that. Like
We've
had a
seen
few good
before,
players.
we've seen before that teams get relegated, even though they've
Yeah.
got a good squad, just because it's not working. Things happen. You start tumbling. Other teams around you start picking up points. So that's what happened. It's just that the teams around them picked up points. Like Wolves hired a new manager, they started to pick up more points. Everton started picking up a few more points. Bournemouth got so much better.
It's kind of
Big up Chris, by the way, for subscribing. I just saw that. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, man. You're welcome.
All right, let's go to Ahmed. Let's go to Ahmed's pick. Oh no, Will's pick is next. Let's go to Will's pick.
We'll go in the order that we have it in right now. So Will, you're next. Go ahead. Relegation teams.
Why
Redeem yourself now.
Why are the footballing gods telling me to keep Everton up because of Sean Dyche? Why are they doing this to me? Southampton and Bournemouth are staying there. Let's just say that right now. And I think Everton will just go down.
Oh, fuck sake.
Okay. So,
hey,
so you said, yeah, Southampton, Bournemouth, and Everton. So you got Southampton. You were just like me. You had my predictions: Southampton, Bournemouth, Everton.
Where was Bournemouth when you said that?
Oh, no, I didn't say Bournemouth. I said Wolves. Actually, I keep thinking I said Bournemouth.
Bournemouth actually did pretty well after the second half of the season.
Bournemouth ended up finishing in 15th. I don't know if that's
No, but like they was down in they was in relegation. Look how bad the form is: red, and grey. Not even a single win.
Well, this was then, yeah. Yeah, they weren't in the best
it's
form.
like, you know, a new team, like from the Premier, back to the Premier. I know they've been here before, of course, but so yeah, you know, they could have been relegated, but they did well.
Okay, let's let this video play out because Ahmed's got the next take. Let's see what you said, Ahmed.
So are you keeping it the same as it is now, Ahmed?
Yeah. I said I agree with Southampton and Bournemouth. I think Sean Dyche he'll be able to get Everton to stay up. I think it's between really Leicester City.
Leicester
and Nottingham Forest. I think Leicester and Nottingham Forest. I would argue.
Leicester's form is crap. To be honest.
And like I think for me with Nottingham Forest, I feel like they've signed too many players for them, like who have some sort of quality that they won't go down. So I think it's gonna be Leicester, Bournemouth, Southampton.
Oh,
That's one.
You can't get more, you know.
Right.
I was baffled when I heard Leicester, man, because I just couldn't imagine Leicester getting relegated.
Listen, Leicester had their cycle. Leicester and Southampton had the same cycle Fulham had back in 2010 after the Europa League. And what's the other team that I always forget? Stoke City had and Burnley had. And then I just knew that eventually was going to happen.
But there's still differences, like Leicester and Leicester, Southampton, the quality of team, and we literally saw Leicester win a Premier League not like really long ago.
Chris, the trajectory was always the same. They all reach some level of Europe, and then it just goes downhill from there. Once they reach Europe, it always goes downhill from there for all of their teams.
Yeah, good job, Ahmed. Good job. You've probably done the best out of relegation out of all of us.
Hey, man, I'm him.
Yeah, that's not bad. And listen, I thought Leicester was a bit of a howler, but hey, I got the one I got pie on my face. I was saying Bournemouth and Everton, and none of them. Leicester was never anywhere near in my idea of. Because, yeah, like I was saying, like they just won a Premier League not too long ago. They had good players. They don't have bad players. Tielemans, Madison.
The son back from I think he's from Greece, is he? I forgot which country. Begins with an S. He still plays for Turkey. Yeah, Turkey. Never mind. Wrong country.
Soyuncu, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, is he still there?
No,
he's over. Where is he?
Atletico Madrid, by the way, guys.
He's got
Atletico Madrid. Yeah.
That's okay. Was he there before, like then?
He didn't play. He was on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the bench the whole season.
Fair enough.
Sheesh, rough, man. Okay, let me skip over to Scott's section.
Is it not Surf or Scott?
I reckon you got one of these right. It's embarrassing if no one gets one right.
I think. Okay, yeah, let's keep going. All right, Scott, this is you.
I'm even half tempted to say Southampton are going to stay up. I'm going to say Everton, West Ham, Jesus, and I'm going to say Leicester as well.
You did keep Southampton up.
Jesus,
no.
No, I want to know when this was, because was this around the
halfway
time?
through?
This was deadline day. This was deadline day for January.
Yeah.
Why did I say Southampton? Was Hasenhüttl still in charge?
No.
Or he's gone?
Nathan Jones.
Oh, please don't tell me it was when fucking Jones in charge. It looks even
worse. It was.
Right.
West Ham. No, I mean, to be fair to Scott, West Ham was looking horrible. West Ham was not doing good.
Or he might have been sacked on deadline day.
Yeah, they finished 14th. They won.
They got Colomendi in that window, you know. And people were saying
Thank Christ I
to-
said Leicester. Jesus Christ.
Scott, I think
Yeah, you got one
sacked
right
on
with
the
Leicester
same
at
day.
least.
I don't know if that's true. I think he got sacked on the same day as this, or roughly, literally a couple of days difference. So it's not that bad.
Man, that'd be weird seeing West Ham get relegated too. Actually,
Yeah, I mean, it didn't happen.
when the Conference League
they
gets
kind
relegated,
of picked it up towards the end, right? Like West Ham.
they
were on and off.
just glided to like 14th or whatever the position they
They
get
got
to
some
14th.
wins in there. They weren't like constantly losing, but their form going into January was horrible. So I didn't really blame Scott for thinking that, but I still think Leicester was the one that no one would have predicted. But they really were
4 points off
starting
us.
to look bad. They were really starting to look bad towards the end. All right, let's see. Where is the next one here? All right, I might as well just let it play out.
Yeah, Jesus.
West Ham
That's
is gonna
bold.
get relegated.
Scott,
Bro,
remember that
I-
we are coming
they're-
back to this,
again,
right?
like
So-
their situation, they've got the quality. Moyes just isn't it with the players they brought in, but I don't see them sacking him. And it's the same situation with Leicester. Leicester have got the players. Brendan Rodgers is not it, and I don't think they've got the financial capability to sack him.
You guessed West Ham.
I was wrong about that,
and
but they still went
Southampton to
down.
get relegated.
No, Everton. Jesus.
Lions, I'm going to send you the link just so you can be a part of this panel because I miss you, okay? I'm sending Stens the link. All right, let's keep going.
Didn't finish bottom.
Oh, okay,
then
okay.
West
okay,
Ham
Everton.
finished above them, and then
Okay,
Leicester
Gotcha.
18.
Ow. Okay, well, we'll see. Let's see. Alex, you want to take a gander at this, brother?
Yeah,
Oh, wait. All right, let's let Alex do it.
Everton staying up.
What did you say?
Southampton relegated Bournemouth and Wolves.
Ah,
So Alex said Southampton,
right, you
Bournemouth,
got
and
one
Wolves.
right.
Good for it.
Yeah, that's an understandable one. Wolves are like, in all fairness, I thought maybe Wolves could have got relegated. I might have said it. I wasn't too sure though about what I said, to be honest. I think I said Southampton relegated and Everton.
Our good old friend Andrew's next, so let's see what he says.
Not confident.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's based. That's what I said. Andrew, you gonna try Leeds again?
No, Southampton dead last. Definitely Southampton dropping. Everton and Wolves.
Understandable.
You should have tried Leeds again.
That may put Leeds actually down there. No me.
He put
Ah.
Leeds the season before. I remember that.
Why did we
Yeah,
not say
I
Leeds?
put them to fight relegation last season.
Why did we not say Leeds at the time?
Bro, I think it was because they were still up there, and they were.
I think I might have shot Leeds in there.
And I think what was it, the performance-wise? I don't because they were getting draws. I don't think people were like, taking notice of that. How bad they were.
It's actually like the relegation is actually quite a big one. Like you see Leeds go down, you see Leicester go down, and you see Southampton go down. I think that's quite a big relegation.
Yeah, that was a
To
pretty
be
big
fair,
relegation.
They hadn't sacked Jesse Marsh at this point, I don't think, with Leeds.
Oh,
I think he wasn't great, but I think it got worse after he left.
And they also got Wesley McKinney at that point, right? They got a good player as well. That's why people have to go to the game.
Oh yeah, they got McKinney, and yeah, that's
They got
true.
someone else as well. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, he didn't do jack shit, did he?
The next day, though, that was crazy. You know what's crazy with him? He got sacked the day after the transfer window, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken.
What,
Was it
March?
March?
No, he was sacked at February. Like, literally 5 days after the transfer window closed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was really close to like when it was closed. Yeah, but
A lot of sackings went under the radar during January. Jesus.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
let's
ready for
let's
the
go on to
masterclass?
Chris. All right, Chris, let's see what you have to say, bro.
0 out of 3 guaranteed.
Okay. And Chris.
Everton 20th.
You think they're getting even lower? Okay.
Southampton 19th. There we go. And I actually agree with Andrew. I think Wolves might go down. Okay.
You
I
wanna
got
be the
one.
best one of all of us.
Oh yeah. Two.
You got 2
Oh,
out of the
okay.
3.
Real
play.
knowledge.
What? No, he didn't. He got one.
He did? No,
No,
he
he got
didn't.
No,
You
he
got
got
Leicester,
Leicester and
Southampton.
Southampton.
He says that
Leicester and
that's
Oh,
Southampton.
sorry. I thought you meant Chris got two. I was like, no.
No,
No,
I got one.
Chris.
I,
Chris will get more than one.
I put Everton at 20th because I was just
Can I
pissed
just-
off they didn't get in there 8th.
Can I just point
You
out as
mean
well,
after
every
putting,
single
them,
one.
after putting them 8th at the start of the season? You
Yeah.
said you were
With
gonna
Frank
finish 8th
Lampard,
at the start of the
Chris.
season.
With
With
Frank
Yeah,
Lampard.
I said fuck
Right.
it, man. They're going down 20th.
I just want to point something out as well. Every single person got the slam dunk of Southampton getting relegated, apart from me.
Yeah.
And you got Leicester in there. That's crazy.
I can't believe I said that.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't think Southampton would be that bad.
Not at
But also, to be
first.
fair, we were pretty bad and we lost to them. So
That's why I
Look at
wanted,
the
that's why I
double
wanted to
over us,
buy
man.
Ralph.
twice they did the double. Yes, no.
And they still got relegated. That's how bad
And
they
it's-
were. They was 20th.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh,
I'll
I
tell you
guarantee
right
that.
now,
There's not a
no
single
one
one
got
of us, by
aced
the
the
way.
first right. By the way,
I was going to say, there's not a single one of us that went 4 for 4 on this, because not a single person I guarantee said Villa. I guarantee.
well, all of us were
There is
saying
not a
Chelsea
point.
in 8th and above. So
Did
I was saying 4th, you know.
Just quickly, guys. Yeah, Speed. You know the guy Speed. He met Ronaldo at last. This video about
I thought he
Ronaldo.
already met Ronaldo.
No, he's never met
Yesterday.
Ronaldo. He actually got a selfie with him and everything, so it's a bit crazy.
There you go. By the way, Slens, I sent it to you on your Instagram if you're wondering where the link is. Okay, let's go ahead and do 5th to 8th, starting with Chris.
Know what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
You don't know
What
what
did
to
he
do.
say?
I know what he's doing in the 4 now. I know what he's doing.
Yeah, I had to confirm though. Hold on.
What did he
So
say?
you're saying
Why are you looking into it
No,
too
no,
much,
no.
man?
Let
Don't
me
look
let me
at it.
just wait.
You are so shameless.
So you're saying you're saying Newcastle 5th, Fulham
Nope.
6th,
Pretty close.
No.
Liverpool 7th,
Yeah,
and who do you have in 8th?
I put Brentford, I think.
Bro, you went
Or
0 for 4.
Or Tottenham.
Bro, you
Oh,
went
no.
0 for 4. Oh no, did he say Tottenham? Hang on.
Wait, let me.
No, yeah, Tottenham safe.
Okay,
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Oi, there we go.
You said
Eight
Tottenham 8
Tottenham.
or 6?
Big
I
up,
said Tottenham,
Slens.
mate.
Ah, you got 1 for 4 then.
Yeah. We'll see about your score then, yeah?
Oh, mine are probably
Oh,
terrible.
my
It's fucking laugh, innit?
Big up, Slens. Slens is here as a guest celebrity peanut gallery.
Big up, Spence.
Big up, Slens. Big up, Slens. Wait, so what did you guess, Chris?
You want to repeat if you
So
want.
he went Newcastle, he went
Fifth.
Fulham, he went 7th. I don't know who went 7th, and then Liverpool 7th and Tottenham 8th.
Yeah.
You got 1 from 4.
Well, you got
How
Tottenham right.
about you respect I got 1 right? And
You kept Fulham in the top 8 is kind of wild. I'm not gonna. I mean, they were in tantalizing form.
yeah,
but-
they was fine. They was fine for him, man. Unlike us, man.
They got Liverpool near enough. You know, just a couple of
Yeah, they're pretty close. I even put Newcastle 5th. Come on, that's pretty close.
Yeah, all right, fine. I won't criticize you too
Not
much.
that bad.
Yeah, how
Alright.
about some goddamn respect, man?
No.
No.
Nah,
Andrew,
you said Everton 8 at
Andrew.
the start of the season. And,
Let's
Yeah,
see what Andrew did.
actually.
Let's see what Andrew
Sometimes
did.
you gotta take your shot.
All right, Andrew, let's see what you did, bro.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
I know what he's doing. I so know what he's doing.
I might be joining him, Andrew. I
So
can't lie.
transparent.
Oh, fuck.
All right, we'll see what happens. Andrew, your
I'm
turn.
looking to it. It might be surprising, man. It might be Aston Villa 4th.
That's a dream.
Fucking hell.
Wasn't too much of a dream, Ahmed. It came pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
Right, Andrew. Let's see what you said.
Liverpool 8th, us 7th.
Who? What did I say?
Liverpool.
Liverpool 8th, us 7th.
6th and Brighton 5th.
Right in 5th.
Who do you say?
Did I say 6?
To be fair, you got it wrong.
You go wrong.
Yeah. What did I say?
Tottenham
Oh
is
no! Tottenham safe. Yeah, Tottenham safe.
Okay,
Okay,
hold on.
Tottenham
I gotta
okay.
work my way back to
Interesting.
it.
I know what he's doing. I so know what he's doing.
I might be joining him, Andrew. I
So
can't lie.
transparent.
All right, we'll see what happens. Andrew, your
I'm
turn.
looking to it. It might be surprising, man. It might be Aston Villa 4th.
Might be Villa.
That's a dream.
Liverpool 8th, us 7th. Tottenham 6th and Brighton 5th.
Yeah.
Nah, 0 over
0
4.
for 4. Jeez.
Tottenham 6th,
Right.
man.
Where did Brighton finish 6th?
6th, yeah. To be fair, you're only 1 place off, to be fair. Like,
Mm.
you weren't
Well, I
terrible.
got Liverpool around the state. It's fine. I don't care.
Did you even get 1 right?
Nah, no, 0-4.
At least I wasn't shameless enough
I'm
to
not-
put us in the top 4.
Oh no.
I'm lucky, Andrew.
I
Man.
know I put us in the
Yeah.
top 4 now. You know.
At least
I
I
feel
was
like a
more
person.
realistic in our
Big up,
position. I know
Steve.
we're still 5
Thank you for the
places
donation.
off, but you know. Big up, Steve. He's done a super sticker.
Super sticker, Steve.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Oh, and he's a 3-month member.
Hey, there we go.
Oh,
Thank you so much, Steve, for resubscribing. I'll send you the link momentarily. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so where are we at? Clint is here. I don't know if his mic is working though.
I haven't heard him.
Hi, how we doing?
Hey, there he
Hey,
is.
there he is.
How are you,
Yes,
Slend?
sir.
As
He's
good as
driving. I bet he's driving.
Footballing wise, bro. Footballing wise, I'm terrible, but life wise, I'm doing okay. Thank you.
That's the important part, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the important part. Thanks for being here, man. Let's go ahead and get Scott going. Let's see what Scott said.
Shit.
Throwing 2 out of top 4, man.
United, Brighton.
See,
Yeah,
that's
United.
what I'm.
Okay, yeah.
Brighton. Tottenham, Fulham.
Ooh,
Oh, you still had a Fulham in the top 8.
you got Brian at 6.
I got one though. I'll take one from Brighton.
Yeah, you got Brighton. That wasn't too shabby.
See, it ain't too easy, man. Getting 1 out of 4 is decent, you know.
Brighton 7th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't
United
tell me.
8th.
Fair enough.
Oh, dear.
Let's see.
Over for R4 is coming right now.
Who are you skipping to?
I'm skipping to Ahmed. Wait,
I think
let's
I'm
see.
straight off.
Oh yeah, sure. You're going upwards, aren't you?
Ahmed's been pretty on the money so far this stream.
Hey, Slend, where do you thought Chelsea finish after
Yeah,
January?
where did you think Chelsea would finish, Lens?
I think I had I kind of calculated the fixtures, and I was not going to be more than 10th. I think.
Oh, you're realistic.
Damn.
Yeah.
He had
We
no
chucked
faith
that
after
was
that
definitely
transfer
realistic.
window.
I for sure.
He had
now
no
was
faith
realistic,
after
man.
that. I was optimistic after that transfer window. You'll
I had a
see.
little hype.
But you know
What?
you say January, right? But like after the West Ham game, which was I think probably like the best 30 minutes of our season, like that's when I made my. I was like, you know what? It's not gonna get much better than this. I'll be honest. It just isn't, bro. Like we couldn't even win that game. So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh my days. All right. Let's see what Ahmed said. And these are all Ahmed, me. Okay, got it.
I'm thinking it, at least, eh?
No, we got the signing that I wanted.
It
to make
is,
the judgment.
yeah. Okay, it is fair. Ahmed, your go.
I'm gonna say United, Tottenham, Brighton, Brentford.
United,
that's
Tottenham,
over
Brighton,
four.
Brentford.
Why isn't he putting
Yeah.
United not top
No,
4?
he got Brighton. He got Brighton.
Yeah, Brian
he
at
said
6,
Brighton
like,
6. Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, why are you like not putting United top 4, man? They're doing pretty
Big up,
good.
Steve.
I'm 3 out of 6 right now. I might be. Am I a guru right now? Am I a guru?
Hey, so before we continue the video, Steve, what
up?
what
Guru
was
if
your
you get 1 out
prediction?
of 4.
What was your prediction for Chelsea's finish after the transfer window?
So going back in August,
We're going back
Or
in the end of January.
where I thought you were
After-
going to finish.
Yeah, after the madness we had in the
I
window.
can't remember. I think I was something like 10th. I thought that you were probably going to stay like there.
Damn,
I think.
was
I didn't
really
do.
so the dream.
I didn't do half season predictions. I said though one of my best calls was 2 of my best calls were that Bournemouth would survive before the season started. I said Bournemouth would survive.
I'm on this for the record on this stream that I, picking Chelsea 7th, had the most realistic position for our January. Yeah, I want this for the record, yeah. That even after January, I still had us at 7th at best. Okay, that's what I want, yeah? I want it for the record. Because I already know the preview for the top 4 for most of you bastards on this channel. Alright? I already know it, alright?
Andrew, you know top 4, right? You know top 4 for us to get it in January. We would have had to lose like the minimum is around 3 games. I'll probably draw like 2 or 3. So
Just
like
let
for me,
me-
bro, it's just
Do
not
you know what
gonna
the stupid
happen.
thing about that is? I think I was the one who brought up on about 3 separate streams, and then I guarantee you, I'm probably one of the dudes who still picked us top 4.
Yeah, sense. That argument you can have to the minus Steve and yourself. You can have to the rest of this panel, who will probably put them in the
Hey,
top 4.
we just had hope and heart. You know,
Andrew, listen. This is what I put it down to. Enzo Fernandez, Fabrizio Romano. It's
Yes.
that tax, bro. It's that tax.
Yeah,
that was
it's
probably
big
the
gas.
that
I
was the
guarantee-
highest moment of our season, bro. That stream. That's what it was.
I guarantee I did
Gas.
not put top 4. I guarantee it.
All right, let's
Yeah,
continue
what?
on. Let's see what Will predicted.
We're not in the top 4. I said this.
That's
United
actually
5th,
decent. That's actually
Tottenham
decent.
6. What was 7th and 8th?
Brighton
Right.
and Brentford.
Oh no, you actually got it wrong.
Brighton
now, man.
and Brentford.
Brighton was 7th for you.
Wouldn't be what it's gonna be, but never mind.
Yeah, I think Liverpool
Alright.
will scrape like 7th or something.
Will.
Chelsea 5th. Yeah, see? I didn't say top 4. I said Brighton 6th.
You got-
Liverpool 7th.
Oh,
Tottenham 8th. I think they're going to drop off.
You got 2 from
massively.
4.
Oh,
Wait.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Brighton,
Who was we got right?
Brighton and Tottenham.
Fair enough.
Not too
fair.
shabby.
I got Tottenham.
Not too shabby.
Right. I didn't-
I mean, he did say Chelsea 5th though. That was
yeah, but that's not top 4.
definitely.
So.
No.
It's close. It's close.
Still, Andrew still is the closest one though. He said 7th.
Realistic. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
most
Realism.
realistic one. Most realistic one.
Yo,
Let's
Marshall, can
continue
I
on.
ask you a question?
Talk to
Sorry.
me. Talk to me. What's up?
So, what do you think is a bigger howler? Let's rewind back to August. Do you think people predicting Tottenham to win the league, or Chelsea finishing in the top 4? What do you think is a bigger howler?
Bigger howler, Tottenham winning the league.
Oh
Yeah, probably Tottenham.
Oh,
be
honestly, but
honest.
look at the way our season turned out. We were 12th, finishing 4th.
Yeah, but we had
If you-
Tuchel.
But
We
if
had
you remember
Tuchel
that,
then.
if you remember that transfer window, then they were calling it Spurs had had one of the best transfer windows they'd ever had. And but bear in mind, one of their transfers was a number 2 goalkeeper and a loan signing backup defender from Barcelona and an aging left wing back in Perisic.
Yeah.
But people said it was the best transfer, one of the best transfer windows ever in Tottenham's history. It was
I've never
pure
heard a
gas.
team win a
But
transfer window
there's a-
before. You know?
I know, right? They won the transfer window when they started. Remember, because everyone got gassed about Basuma, if you remember, for 25 million, because everyone was like after him for a bit or
Yeah, I
wanted him
was
in their
gassed. I'll
team.
be honest. I was
Yeah,
gassed, I'll be
exactly.
honest.
25 million for Basuma? 25 million? Oh my god. Yeah. Let's get to your one then, Marshall. I want to see
It's
your
just straight
crimes.
down
I want to hear your crimes.
I
Right
already
now.
know mine's. I probably had the biggest howler this stream. I'm not gonna lie, but let's go on.
Will, you don't get off, man. You put us fifth.
Yeah,
that's
You
free
don't
same
get
time,
off
mate,
that
man.
much. You put us fifth.
Hey, I got like 2 for 4.
You guys are making me doubt my picks right now.
Nah, just go with your gut.
Marshall, you literally did the best in the thing.
Yeah, just go with your gut.
Yeah, man.
All right,
That's
I'm gonna go
Great
with my
does
gut,
well and
and you
does
guys are
well.
gonna hate this. Okay. Newcastle 5th.
Yeah.
Chelsea 6th.
0 for 2. 0 for 2.
Brighton 7th.
Mhm.
Liverpool 8th.
In there.
0 for 4.
Wait,
0 for 4, but you got 2 clubs at least finish 5th to 8th. So that's fine.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's not about what clubs I put there. It's about the clubs I didn't
Yeah.
put there.
Mm.
Let's go on.
0-4, man.
I go into my top 4 right after this. Go on.
Wait,
Respectable, I think. That's respectable.
Wait. you have Tottenham top 4?
Wait, what? Wait. Actually, yeah, I just missed. Wait. Oh my God.
My
Hey,
top
there
4.
we go.
I might.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Here's
There
the
it is.
crime.
So now I'm gonna go with my top 4. I'm gonna
Could be
say
British.
Oh.
We're coming back to these, Marshall. Remember?
Oh,
we are.
yeah,
We are.
know.
The receipts are here. I'm gonna say Arsenal are gonna win the league. I hate to have to say that, but Arsenal are probably gonna
0
win the
for
league.
1.
It's gonna be
0 for
Man
1.
City 2nd,
0 for 2.
United 3rd,
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
I got that right. And Spurs are somehow, some way gonna pick it up, and they're gonna be in 4th.
One
No, sucker. They're not going to be there. They're not gonna be there.
I got that one totally wrong.
I was so baffled because I knew how badly Tottenham were going to be going.
My reasoning was Son is gonna pick it up, and then Ahmed told me, you know what, man, some players just never do, and you know what, Ahmed was right. Son just never picked it back up.
He kind of did though, just a little bit.
Bro, I'm the same, bro.
A little
Listen,
bit
you need to
though.
start listening
Not
to
like last
Guru
season
Ahmed
though,
talk, man.
Slens.
Of course
No,
not. No.
definitely not. No, I don't think it was ever
Last
reaching that.
season, this guy was Jesus
unreal.
Christ. He wasn't real last season.
I said so after we beat Spurs away 2-1. I said the day after, and that was I think late November. I said we're gonna get top 4 easy. So that's my claim to fame.
See, I wish I used my head. I would have said some. I said Newcastle 5th. I would have said Newcastle top 4 if I didn't put Chelsea there, man.
Bring up the next criminal now. Next criminal, please.
Who's the next criminal?
Next criminal with their prediction of top 4 on here right now.
Okay, 1 second. I just gotta redo this again.
Shame. Shame.
We don't. Are you using
Shame.
a toilet roll?
All right, let's go on to Will. Let's see what Will said, and then Ahmed right after.
I know what I said.
Never
Very good.
All right, Will, you go.
No looks
Top 4.
defending.
Arsenal are going to be first, sadly. I think. See, second to fourth, I think it will stay as these 3 teams. I don't know in which order. It depends how bad it gets. At
I'll
sea.
be back.
Newcastle aren't really conceding, so I think they'll be fine. I don't think it's going to be a Leicester situation. Oh, see, my gut before the stream was saying put United second, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not in my head. I'm just going to check that. So I'm going to literally keep it the same order as it is now. But
Okay, so Will, you kept it Arsenal, City, Newcastle United.
You got it all wrong.
Got it
well,
all
actually,
wrong.
Chris, all 4 teams did get top 4. So
No, but not the order.
no.
man.
Technically, I did better than you, Chris. You put
No, because I think I
wanna
put
hear it,
United
Chris.
third. I think I put
Yeah.
United third.
We haven't heard Chris's.
We
haven't heard Chris.
I don't want
You're gonna get shat on. I tell you that now.
We haven't heard Chris, but I think we know Chris's. I think
gonna
we
get
know
shat
Chris's
on.
Bob show.
get top 4.
Let's
About to
Let's-
cook right now, guys.
let's see what Ahmed has to say.
But I think we'll be quite comfortable. We might knock on the door a little bit, but I don't think it'll be enough. Okay, sorry,
You
Chris.
didn't knock on the door. We missed
Okay,
the
so
door.
you're
Arsenal, City,
So-
Newcastle United, literally that order as it is now.
okay. So it's staying this way for you. All right,
Yeah.
Ahmed, what do you
Mine's-
think?
I'm gonna say Man City first, Arsenal
Mhm, okay.
2nd, Newcastle 3rd, Chelsea 4th.
We had hope, Ahmed. We had hope.
I was like, oh, Ahmed's getting it. And then he hit me with the fucking Chelsea 4th.
We saw
Criminal.
Enzo. We saw players come in.
Criminal.
I'm not criminal at all. You know what I'm saying? Got the
Criminal.
first two on.
Criminal.
Too much hope, man. I got too much hope in my team. What can I say?
Too much gas.
It's the hope. It's the hope that kills, man. It's the hope that kills.
It must have been that. What day did we do this? Was this just after the transfer window?
It was
This
the
was
last
deadline
day,
day.
bro.
Deadline day of January.
Christ.
We actually had a good. I actually thought we had a good January transfer.
We did.
wait,
That's
too.
what I'm saying. It must have been
Connor
that.
finally got his
Oh, I came
signings.
back from holiday as well. I remember because I came back from Amsterdam. Was it Utrecht from Netherlands, innit? So no wonder I was so happy. It's predicted Chelsea to go there.
Yeah, you're so
Oh.
high. Yeah, no one.
Hey, okay, nah, that's when that's right.
Hey, it happens.
The only
it
bad
happens.
one you can
Criminal,
really
please.
say was actually probably Mudvik. Like he didn't obviously show up, but
Criminal, please.
who's the criminal?
I'm curious to see what Scott said. So let's go ahead and see what Scott said.
Here we go.
Here we go.
They've gotten better too quick. Something. I don't know. It's just my gut's telling me something's gonna give. Scott, what do you think, brother?
Same as Ahmed. I think City win the league. I refuse to say Arsenal are going to win the league. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
They might do, but I refuse to say it until it happens. And then Arsenal 2nd, Newcastle 3rd, and us 4th.
The hope what kills, man.
The hope that kills.
Man,
That's the
good
whole
lord. Guys, put laugh emojis and L's in the chat.
Like,
Bad take emojis.
come on,
in
man!
there
Like
too.
we had a good transfer.
I
We
had
just-
the worst take. though.
We was kind of giving Potter still, you know, a chance, but he had to fucking
Chris,
lose
Chris,
more games.
yeah, Chris, you're pleased. There's no please.
There's no please,
got
but
to
like
yours
I'm just
yet.
saying.
Chris,
My one,
Chris,
I'm
I know
pretty sure
yours is
mine's
bad,
solid.
you're-
I'm very sure mine's solid.
I don't really know yours. That's all.
I know, I can tell mine's solid. Except for
You
Chelsea.
tell?
but- Yeah, I can tell honestly.
Yeah, sure.
Seeing
Yeah, I've not
just a quick
rewatched it.
second.
I've not rewatched it, so I don't know. But I can definitely tell I've done pretty well still. So no, I wouldn't put Arsenal number one because, like Scott said, I refuse to believe Arsenal will win the league.
I mean,
Let's just wait and
they
actually hear
did
what you
bottle
said.
it.
I wanna
Yeah.
hear
All
that.
right. So
Mm.
Andrew, you're
I wanna
next.
hear
Let's
what
see
you
what you
said
said, bro.
This is where it all goes under. I think.
Man City first, Arsenal because they're actually weaker in midfielder.
Yeah, exactly.
Jorginho signing them, not because Jorginho signed for them, but because
Because
They
Partey.
didn't prove
no,
it. They
because the
didn't
numbers
prove
in
it,
there.
and that's the thing.
Elneny's on a lot. Elneny's got a long injury, and they loaned Sambi out the Conga, and they didn't bring any
Okay.
replacement in whatsoever. So they've actually only got three.
We actually
fit
got
central
less
midfielders.
midfielder.
Yeah, we've only got three central midfielders for the rest of the season.
Oh wow.
No dig to unnamed player either. No dig to
Yeah,
unnamed player.
Newcastle and we'll finish third, and Man United will scrape fourth.
To be
Damn.
fair,
Wait,
we've got all the
Wait,
same
wait,
thing.
Pretty straightforward.
Who did you say first, Andrew?
See,
Man City.
Oh yeah, you did solid. Then.
he got the
That's
exact
City.
like teams. He just didn't get them in the right order.
You probably done the best actually then, because
No, me and him got 2 out of 4, right?
you got 2 out of 4, but
No.
like all the top 4 teams.
You got
I was
Chelsea,
gonna
and
say,
I got the actual.
He
top
did
four.
better than we did,
Yeah.
Ahmed.
He definitely listen, man. Chelsea, man. that's
I'm
in,
saying,
another
I'm
uni-
saying is, I can tell I got 3 out of 4 right. I can tell.
Potter
In
was
another-
selling us a dream, man.
Listen, in another universe, I'm right, bro. In another universe, I'm right.
Another well, we're on this universe.
Yeah, but we're
Alright,
in this
let's-
universe, bro. You got it
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
Go to Chris. All right, Chris. Let's see what you said.
Yeah, points behind Liverpool and still catch up. So Man City first. Arsenal will finish second. Probably just
Okay.
about, maybe. Come. I want to be greedy and say someone third, but I'm gonna stick with Man United third, and Chelsea fourth because I think Chelsea will scrape top 4 because we're being out of all like the FA Cup competition, the Carabao Cup competition. A lot of our players are returning as well, and we're bringing in a lot of new players. So you know what, the top 4 race is definitely on for me. Cooking.
You're not cooking. You're the opposite of cooking. The top
doing
four
so
races
well,
never
bro.
on.
The amount of
doing
things
so
you
well.
said there. I said the amount of things you said there, and I'm just thinking about what happened is like we actually got worse. Like the
Yeah.
players came back worse. Like we all being out of those competitions didn't help us.
Yeah.
Those players that we brought in, we either didn't use or didn't help us. Just, oh,
Oh my days.
we've got to hit on
Jesus.
this one.
In
There
my
is
head,
no way-
it kind
if
of made
anyone-
sense, but
Sorry, if anyone missed on this, then
So, all of us pretty much said top goal scorer was Haaland. We got that right. We had a little bit of a disagreement when it came to player of the season, which is the next segment that we were talking about. So let's see what we said.
Let's go the next one. Player of the season.
Probably Odegaard, probably.
Holland.
Odegaard, yeah. I think Odegaard's gonna get it.
I
it
think
was
Odegaard
KDB.
was them.
Was it KDB? For me, Haaland. Oh, no,
It's
yeah, Haaland.
So, pretty sure everyone
It's
except
Haaland, isn't it?
Will, you also said Odegaard.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought that went though, so.
I say
Wait, can I
Will and
ask-
Ahmed
Will-
said Odegaard. Me and Chris said Haaland. I don't know who Andrew said.
Andrew said Haaland as well.
It was
let me
Haaland player of the
continue.
season, right?
If I could,
Yeah, he
yeah,
got,
let
he got
me
both
continue. You'll
young
see.
player and player.
The issue
Greedy.
is this: Haaland's going to smash the goal scoring record and probably score over 40 league goals.
So close.
The first time a Premier League player has ever done that. It has to be Haaland.
Is he
Okay,
the
so
real
yeah.
Oracle? Is he the real Oracle? They'd be saying.
I mean, yeah, Andrew
Yeah.
got that spot on pretty much.
Nick,
Wait,
like,
yeah,
he's
like-
like close to that goal scoring thing as well.
You know
Yeah.
the people
Yeah.
that said Odegaard, did they predict that Arsenal would win the league as well?
Yes.
No, I
Yeah,
predicted
yeah,
Man
yeah.
City.
Probably.
I
Yeah.
predicted
Okay,
Man
so
City.
okay, if you predicted Arsenal to win the league, then Odegaard probably would have won it, in my opinion. But yeah,
Yeah, that was my pick.
Mhm.
He was their best player,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Oh, he was miles like the
I
only
thought
person.
Saka's pretty good.
No, I think the only person that could have touched Odegaard across the whole season, and it probably would have been if not for the injuries, would have been Partey.
Partey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not for the injuries, I think if they won the league, he would have been the only person that would have been able to touch Odegaard, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think Saliba's importance to that team is crazy.
Yeah, so definitely
Yeah,
as
when
well.
he got injured, it showed actually.
Although
Okay,
he
so,
makes errors, but he's by far the best defender.
so before we go on to the next segment of this one, the flop of the season, I think we should come to a consensus. What now that the season's over, who is the flop of the season?
This is actually
can
a
we choose
tough
a,
call.
can we choose a club?
Steve, you're
club.
sure. Go ahead and choose a club. Steve, you're muted.
Flop of the season for the Prem.
By the way, if you're choosing a club, it's got to be Leicester City. I would say, considering, yes, we were bad.
I'm gonna go Leicester City.
Considering where Leicester, the strength of squad they had, the recruitment they did, like to finish where they did at such a terrible state. Like,
Should have sacked Brendan Johnson like a few games in. Like that was doomed to fail. He has a cycle, Brendan Rodgers, and then it falls off a fucking cliff. It's not
Mourinho. It's like 3
He's
years.
like Pioli. He's like Pioli, bro. Pioli is like good for a little bit at a club, and then the drop off is a huge drop off. So that'll happen to AC Milan next year with Pioli. Their drop off is gonna be. But
I'd maybe say Anthony, because how much he costs, 100 million, and he's been very underwhelming. Like almost like Jack Grealish, I think.
nah, but at least he scored some. At least he scored some goals. I'm going Richarlison.
In the Premier League.
He's had a way bigger impact for that team than other. He's had a way bigger impact for that team than Richarlison has.
But Richarlison didn't really play.
Exactly, and you
No,
million.
Richarlison played a lot.
I don't think he played a lot in the Premier League.
Let me get his stats. Hang on.
This motherfucker was offside like every single time.
Remember also the fee. Don't forget the fees, guys. Like
60 million.
He cost 60.
I am gonna say Richarlison was the flop of the
He
season.
played 27 times in the league. Whatever you want to say, sub or starting, he played 27 times in the league.
I need minutes.
He played 6 times in the Champions League. Once
He played He played 35 games.
He played over 35 games this season. He's got like 3 goals. Or
I want
to.
He's up there. Is
Steve,
there anyone else?
Steve, you're
What
saying
about
Richarlison.
Richarlison?
Richarlison is definitely up there. I want to see is there anyone else that I'd put up there.
You don't want us talking about Ziyech.
He played 1,000
Ziyech.
minutes in the
You
Premier
don't
League.
talk about Ziyech, bro. We'll talk
I've
about Ziyech.
I've got a good one, bro.
Yeah,
I've got
we'll
a good
talk
one. The
about
thing is,
Ziyech.
Go on, Svens.
bro, I'll be honest. This is like this channel is heritage, bro. It's heritage. When I say Frank Lampard, I think, bro, it's the reality. Let's be honest. Because,
Yo, flop of the
100%.
season, Lampard.
bro, I'm sorry. Hold on. In 2023, yeah, this was his record. I think 18th of last match was 18th of April. I think he played 8 games. He won 0. He drew 0. He lost 8. He scored 4 goals and he conceded 18 goals, bro. He came back to Chelsea. He was the second worst manager, like in terms of record-wise. He came back to Chelsea, and he got his rightful spot back. He got it back again, bro. He's last again. It's beautiful. So
I can go on better. This season in all comps for 2 different teams, he's won 4 games, I think, or 5 games.
Jesus Christ,
bro. And I'm sorry. The thing about him is, yeah, not to bring this back again. I know this is like a throwback 2021, but bro, genuinely, he came back and he said, it wasn't. He said it wasn't a tactical thing. It was about the effort levels and the actual one. For me, bro, you're a flop of the season, my friend. Come back to your club and this is what you do.
Yeah, you shit.
Yeah, no, he was shit.
Yeah.
So I guess we can all agree Frank was flop of the season in terms of manager. Club of the flop.
You know what? That's a good shout, yeah.
Leicester. So in terms of player, I'm saying Richarlison. Steve, I think you said Richarlison. Ahmed said Richarlison.
I'm still saying Anthony.
Anthony, I don't think even top 3. Nowhere near. I don't think.
No, what do you mean? He didn't really do much this season.
He's nowhere near
still-
three worst signings. He's nowhere near.
Like no, you talk no.
Disconnected.
Wait. You talk about Richardson's stats, right? Like goals and assists. Yeah, like they both got pretty much very similar. GA,
4
like-
goals and 2 assists for Anthony.
That's 6, yeah, and Richardson's got 4 assists, I think, and 1 goal.
3 assists.
Alright,
Oh,
I've
3.
just had
I
a-
think the class one is a penalty then. Fucking sneaky.
Anthony has
Andrew-
performed better though than Richarlison.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Andrew,
could say
you're
that, but
saying
he cost 40
Richarlison,
more.
right?
He cost 40 more million.
Yeah, I'm
No.
saying Richarlison. He's been in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Before this is Anthony's first season in
True.
the Premier League.
Alright, fair. That
Uh,
does go against me.
If you're gonna defend Mudryk, Chris, yeah, and then you're
I
gonna
can't.
have to give Anthony leeway as well. So
Yeah,
That's another.
yeah,
Richarlison-
Richarlison for me.
Richarlison's main job is to score goals. Like most people would
Mhm.
say, centre forward. Anthony is.
he's like he's a centre forward. Like he can be like that playmaker. Though I'm pretty sure, like
No.
as he was, but
I don't think so, Chris. I
I,
think.
you're
I
wrong,
don't
my
think
friend.
I don't think it's an outscore like a Harry Kane now.
No.
Well, my friend, who do you
But
think ended up being your flop of the season?
I'm gonna have to say Richarlison, especially how. To be fair, I did think at the start of the season Spurs would get top 4, so I'm gonna say
Okay.
Richarlison for that reason because I did have a little bit of an expectation they would do okay. So
Scott, what's your final consensus on flop of the season this season so far? Or this season?
I'm gonna say Richarlison, but I want to put a special shout out to a couple of players in Koulibaly
Go for
and
it.
Aubameyang.
Honorable mention. Aubameyang.
that's
Yeah.
all.
Why? What did Aubameyang do?
Not
wrong?
necessarily for his fault. By the way, when I say that, I'm not putting necessarily the blame on him. But you
Sure.
buy this guy to be your number one striker to play him like what did we play him like 9 times across the season because of a contract issue which you fucked up. Like
After Tuchel, man, it's bye, man. No more minutes for you.
Slens, are you saying Richarlison was flop of the season? In terms of signings, by the way, guys. We're not talking just players in general.
Here's the thing, yeah. I don't like giving flops to players that don't get opportunities. You know what I mean? And what's weird about Richarlison is that, yes, like his price tag was a lot, and he never lived up to expectations. But he's so weird. Like he attracts a lot of chances, bro. So I don't know. For me, I can't say Richarlison, and I'm sorry. It's gonna have to be one of the Chelsea signings, guys. I hate to do this, bro. It has to be. I'm sorry, it has to be. And for me, and I know this is harsh. It might be a bit harsh, yeah. But like in terms of expectations and what actually came to fruition, I think Raheem Sterling has to have a shout. You know, I have to be honest, bro. He has to have a shout.
To be
That's a
fair,
hot take.
out of all our signings, I think I actually like this player. So let's not act like I'm hating. I think you got Cucurella, who was the record left back. I think he could be on the list. Like, and this is from a player, from a person that actually likes Cucurella and thinks that overall he's a good footballer. Cucurella's got to be on the list. Koulibaly was touted as like amazing. He's got to be on the list. Sterling's like a few names down, I think, before we get to like the proper flops.
But can I ask you a question? Will you see in terms of
oh,
expectations?
actually no, sorry. No, hang on. I've got the answer by the way, actually, or I've got someone that needs to be mentioned in this. Darwin
Already got
Núñez.
someone. No.
Oh god, yeah, he's
not
been
Darwin.
all, like
This,
18
so
million.
this is a guy who's a striker who was so bad at striker that Klopp played him on the left.
I don't know because that Benfica restaurant played to the left sometimes as well. I think that's
Yeah. I watch Benfica all the time, bro.
I just needed to put that out there. He was so
No,
bad.
Jesse Lingard was ass. Jesse Lingard was
True.
ass.
Wow,
Lingard's
that's a
a good one.
name. No,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
Very
wow.
good one.
Terrible.
I say I'm scrolling through all the transfers now, by the way, and I'm just looking like you
200
can
grand
include-
a week. And he did
like I'm not even joking, by the way. I'm looking. You can include like basically most of the Leeds incomings. Like I'm talking. Even we mentioned him earlier. West
True,
McKennie.
Jesus.
They only paid $1 million for him, and he was still. You could put him up there. That's how bad it was. Like you look at just some of the transfer. Like you could genuinely nearly include. You could nearly include the entirety of the Liverpool incomings as well. That's how bad it was for them. I honestly, the amount of terrible signings that there were this season is unreal.
I wanted to go back to Slens. Was it because of Sterling's expectations and his
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
You see, for me, bro, like, I look at Sterling and I think, bro, like you expect him to this. For example, like I look at the Champions League game against Real Madrid, right?
Yeah.
I understand obviously the setup and the manager we have. I understand that, right? But like those kind of occasions, Raheem is used to those, bro. His whole career, he started at 18, bro, playing Champions League nights. You know what I mean? So to me, bro, he's just been a disappointment. I'm not gonna lie. Like in terms of expectations and what's actually, been on the pitch for me, bro, he's been the most disappointing one. Because Cucurella, you can argue, you know what, like he has one good season at Brighton. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm disappointed.
I can understand the Raheem Sterling thing, although when he came into Chelsea, they probably didn't tell him he was going to play a right wing back for a stint of games. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like a pot of poo. You know what I mean? Hey guys, we're gonna, you know what? You're going to play right wing back some of this season. You know what I mean? You go, yeah, you would have ready signed then. I can understand the disappointment in him. Stuff like that.
This Scamacca could be another one.
He's another one. Yeah, they.
I like Scamacca. I just don't know if he fits West Ham.
I tell you why. Probably half the fans in England or 3/4 didn't even know who Scamacca was to even put him up as an actual flop, and he's gone to West Ham. Do you know what I mean? So it's not as like, yeah, and even what, like 30 million or something like that. I mean, it's like 30 million.
It was a record transfer, but I don't know what they paid.
He wouldn't be on anyone's radar unless you really watch Italian football. And even then, you go, he's going to West Ham. What do you expect? It's under David Moyes.
Oh shit!
Do you know what I mean?
So Slens, you're gonna go with Sterling. Scott, you're gonna stick with Richarlison.
I'm going to stick with Richarlison. I think.
Okay.
I will actually say that Sterling is a very close second because I think it's when it comes to flops, it's expectation as well. It's like it's expectation.
Can I just say one point?
Give me your sources on that one, please, and it better be better than yeah, trust me, bruv, or something. Yeah.
The thing with like Sterling though is that again we all knew what like the player Sterling was when he came in. We knew if he got chances and he was played consistently in a certain area, he would get goals. And he's played under 3 different managers, and that goes for all of our signings, to be fair. But I think he was one of the players that have been like used like the worst as well, considering he was a Tuchel signing, and you can say it's for almost all the Tuchel signings. Like, it's just our whole.
No, you're right. You're right.
Our whole plan. I think he'll play on the Poch. I think Poch is a.
He actually played his best football under Tuchel.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he was. You know what's funny? And it wasn't his rightful position either. Like it was in the center, right?
No, he plays a false 9. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, in the center. Yeah, it was the thing with me is, the flop thing. Yeah, it's like I said, like for me, the way I judge it is if you've had opportunities to kind of show your level continuously, and you flop, it's different to not being given opportunities. Like Scamacca, for me, I actually watched him. Like I'm a big fan of him, right? But boy, he just never got a chance consistently. Never did. So same with Richarlison.
And I think that's the thing. It's like I said, it's what your expectations are. Because I think for some of these guys, like I look at them and I'm like, they were terrible, but what was the expectation? Whereas like for a guy like Sterling, the expectation of him,
big expectation,
like the expectation of him,
reputation,
and he hits so far underneath that. And that's why I'd say I'd also include Nunez in that, even though he got better as the season gone on. The expectations on him were so high, and he fell way short of that. Considering at the start of the season, there were debates about who was going to have a better season, him or Haaland.
That's a fact. Yeah. Wait, that's
Chris.
Yeah, I remember.
Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. All right, real quick. Chris, are you sticking with Anthony?
It's because he cost 100 million, but I understand now because Andrew said this is his first season. I'll be a little bit lenient. Like it's like a Jack Grealish of C, but I guess he was at Aston Villa, but it's not the same. But yeah, like maybe I give it to I'd actually give it to Potter at this point because I hate that man.
Potter is not a bad shout. What about player?
You know what? I'm gonna say Koulibaly because the wages we put on him and how experienced he is.
Yes.
I think he's one of the shouts as well. I think he's been very inconsistent this season. He's had a couple of good games. I'm not saying he's been all bad all season, but
you know what?
Very underwhelming from him as well.
You know what though? I'm gonna change my pick because I don't rate Richarlison anyway.
Yeah.
So him being a flop wouldn't make any difference. So.
Sure.
You know what? I'm just a bit Chelsea as a whole entity. I'm just a bit Chelsea. That's flop as a whole entity.
That's the best answer so far, bro.
I'm going to put them as a whole entity, Chelsea.
Yeah, we did kind of flop this
and
season
you
pretty
get
bad.
or why not Spurs? Everyone knows my thing with Spurs. I don't rate them. I said it on the screen.
Yeah.
That whole transfer window was so over-gassed. It was like unbelievable, like they were going to challenge or something like that. And it's Antonio Conte,
Right.
for Christ's sake. They didn't get the play.
Yo,
He doesn't want
Andrew.
them. The 6 players that he bought, Jed Spence, he doesn't want them. He didn't want him. You know what I mean? It was like, it was one
Well,
of
I was
those.
going to say,
so-
and Andrew, look at
I'm a
all the
big
guys they
Chelsea.
signed, right? Look, just go back to the Spurs quickly. Look at the guys they signed, like Richarlison. He's not going to
Yeah.
start until Kane leaves. Romero, fair enough, but he was already there. Basuma, there's no guarantee he starts next season under Ange. Udoji might.
Yeah.
Spence might be sold. Porro might
Yeah.
start. Danjuma's been sent back. Perisic isn't starting.
Yeah.
Forster isn't starting. Longley, they're trying to get back on loan, but he won't start.
Yeah.
No,
Most
they
of the-
announced Longley's
Yeah,
leaving.
exactly.
They announced he's leaving.
Yeah.
Well, I say, yeah, he's leaving.
Andrew,
Yeah,
you
they
know, I
announced
was-
he's leaving, but they're trying to get him back, I think, on another loan
Huh.
or something. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to pile on, right? I don't want to pile on. Obviously, I've not had an opportunity to be on this channel and speak about how bad we are, right? But you know, like in terms of Chelsea, I was going to ask you like this: do you not think it's the worst season from a big team in the Premier League era? Because I think it's far and away the worst.
No.
To be honest.
What are you talking from statistically speaking? Because it's not statistically speaking.
But I mean, in terms of like, you know what? Forget the Spurs of this world and the guys who come into the top 6. But like the traditional top 4, for example, like looking at Liverpool, Arsenal,
Who win
Chelsea,
Premier
United.
League?
Well,
as
no,
well.
we have finished 14th before in a Premier League season.
Oh,
Wait.
okay, fair.
Wait, which season was that?
It was like the 1990,
Oh, yeah.
I think.
But
I
like,
think he means
and
more
then-
modern day.
yeah,
Means
because we-
getting relegated.
In my lifetime, it's the worst season I've ever
But
watched.
like, yeah,
I've
as
ever
well,
seen.
Scott, we didn't like have the money we did back then compared to now.
Yeah.
And how
yeah,
much we spent,
yeah,
and we spent 600. I know you say like it's spread across, but we bought a bunch of like players who apparently all this hype, and you know what, we thought they would do a lot better. So yeah, I say Chelsea.
Listen, I think when money spent, stuff like that, you can do that. But seeing as like we don't have a striker, maybe it's not. I look at, and whatever you say, I look at Liverpool, who were this time last year were going for a quad. I know they finished 5th, but they only finished 5th because of their goalkeeper this year. No one else, not like Mo Salah or anything like that. I don't care. You know, I don't even want to think about this season ever again. You know, I just want to
True.
wipe from my. I want to think like 2022, 23 doesn't exist.
Yeah,
From August to May.
I don't
for
disagree
us.
with that.
They look it up
Before
in history. They won't be able to find the page. It will just be blank.
It's just a rip page. Before I go ahead and reveal what you guys actually predicted, guys, 45 of you watching, make sure you are smashing that like button. Check out the links in the description. Leave a comment, all that fun stuff. Subscribe if you're new. All right, drum roll. I'll start off with drum roll. Let's go.
What's this for?
Okay, Ahmed,
What's
what are
this
you gonna
for?
say? You did. You said Richarlison.
No.
Flop of the season.
My flop of the season was Walt's face, to be honest. That was actually my flop of the season. That guy came into
What?
Leicester. Walt's face.
Who did you say?
Walt's face. You don't.
I know who you're talking about, but
No, the Leicester center back, Vote
Yeah.
face.
What are you talking about?
you mean the Fofana replacement, yeah?
Who?
Yeah.
the curly haired guy.
Yes.
You know the David Luiz lookalike?
Sorry, how can sorry.
I didn't even know who the hell that was until you said
How
it.
can you have him as flop of the season when you didn't know anything about that? Because I know you don't, did you?
Yeah, what club did he? I know
Oh,
what
bad
club
as
he
this.
played for. I know what club he played for before he came to
I know
Leicester.
you,
Do
Steve.
you?
Was it
Steve,
Stanley?
no, Steve. Like I said to you, Steve,
Come
I
on,
said to you
Ahmed.
this on the other stream, Steve. You're exempt. You're exempt from these
I know.
conversations because you know about everything.
You didn't put your neck on the
Like, how
line.
can you- sorry. So we're talking about flop of the season. Are you saying then that you when they signed him, you were expecting him to flop? Is that what you're saying? And do you know what? He shouldn't even be in flop.
I thought he was really good.
Yo, Andrew, can I give Ahmed a lifeboat quickly here? Yeah, this is what I'll say.
Sure.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
you know, 3 games into that guy playing, right? Obviously, you go through the timeline, whatever. Leicester City fans were genuinely saying, "Tears in my eyes, we've upgraded on Fofana," and I was like, you know what?
Oh wow.
You know what? You guys are relegated, and that's good for you, man. That's good for you. Honestly, the way they dealt with us with the Fofana thing, it was so annoying, man. It was so annoying.
That's what they said
Alright.
about Chilwell, if you remember.
10 million.
That's what it said about
Yeah.
Chilwell. No, but I'm actually querying. I've never heard, and I've been streaming with Ahmed for over a year. He didn't say this at the start of the season at all about this Leicester City players. Don't even try it. Yeah, he never mentioned his Leicester City player at the start of the season. So don't even try and bring him up as your flop of the season right now. I call major BS on you right now. So I
Sorry,
know.
I'm
I'm gonna give Ahmed the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna say he's sticking with Richarlison. Okay.
Listen, the reason why I actually brought him up is because I remembered the performances that he had against Liverpool, and like I also watched him against what was the team again? Against Arsenal, and like it was bad. Like he was just.
You mean the Liverpool game that was in 2023, right? The second half of the season, yeah.
Yeah. I mean that one, and I also mean that there was an
I
Arsenal
still
game at
got
home as
BS.
well.
You never heard of him. I don't
Bro,
believe
I
it.
actually seen him before. I've seen him play before. I've even seen him play against Chelsea.
Let's move.
So,
Where
like,
did he play before Leicester? Go.
Rennes,
Right now.
R-E-I-M-S. R-E-I-M-S.
There you go. Who was his center back partner?
I don't know.
You don't remember? You don't remember Yunus Abdel Samid? Come on.
Nah, listen.
He's drowning.
Yeah,
You're
come on,
drowning, bro.
man.
You're
Don't you
drowning.
know
You're
that?
drowning.
Let's
Okay,
move on,
so
man.
drum roll, right? Because I'm gonna reveal what you guys actually predicted. Okay, here we go.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yes. Okay. Me, Chris, and Winter Surfer predicted Richarlison.
I know, bull man.
Ahmed predicted Darwin Núñez. Scott predicted Núñez, but he also put in an honorable mention for Klopp.
I wasn't telling you.
And Will, I need you to explain yourself for this one. So I want Will to talk right after I announce this one. Okay, Will, your flop of the season was Christian Eriksen.
What?
Oh, actually, I stick by that. Fuck Eriksen.
Interesting.
Okay, elaborate, please.
I know. I think United fans expected him from deep areas to be something that he's just not. They expected him to be great in the first phase of play. He's meant to help and aid their midfield a lot, and he didn't. And now they're looking for a replacement for him. So yeah, fuck Eriksen.
So I'm looking at
Yeah, but flop is
Minerals, Maniac Mount. Yep.
Yeah, and he'll be an even worse fit for them. So that's fine.
Yeah, he's pretty shit. Yeah.
I think they're just looking for a replacement, Will, because like they want younger and like better, like at this
No,
point.
that's
Like,
not.
Eriksen's
That's
is
not the only
okay.
reason
But...
they're replacing him. He just doesn't suit the way that Eriksen needs to play. Is further forward, and they've got Bruno.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if he was on Man City, he would be cooking off the bench or something.
100%.
Off the bench, yeah. It has to be off the bench for him.
You know that he was playing him. He's playing him as part of a double pivot, which Eriksen isn't.
Yeah.
Eriksen didn't even play double pivot for Brentford the season before. You're asking a man to play double pivot. He's got an arc reactor in his pick 2 years ago, and you're asking him to play a double pivot.
I think he's helping in midfield, bro.
Also, he was out for 3 months of the season after that prediction as well.
Yeah, I don't think Eriksen was really a flop.
Like, I don't really care.
I think we did it right.
How much does United actually pay for Eriksen? Wasn't it?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing. He's a freak.
There's context to. He did not play good. Like, all the United fans I know, like Rachel Indiana, have said he's not played good. That's why
A couple of United fans I know, they said he's done well for him, but he's done okay.
He's not played good since he's come back. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, since he's came back from the injury.
His last good game that I remember from where he was playing deep was probably way before January.
Like Bournemouth at home, I think.
Maybe. I remember the only really good game I remember was that was a really good game. It was against Arsenal and they won 3-1. He did a really good disguise pass.
That game was
After that,
shit, honestly.
I'm not.
Well, I'll tell you what though. We kind of brushed over.
But the context of this, that one, it was at midnight, and I just needed to message Marshall one thing, yeah. And it was one of the first names that came to mind who I thought underperformed. And I have a lot of United fans as friends in real life, and they pretty much were telling me at the start of the season how good he was going to be. So I'm glad that he didn't flop, maybe, but he underperformed. So there you are.
Fair.
I was just gonna say real quick, like we need to give Scott flowers here because this Jurgen Klopp thing, like, listen, as much as he is fifth, right, had a good end to the season, he was like last season they were on for the quadruple. Like people don't realize this, but they were literally on 2 games away from a quadruple. So him predicting that fall off, it would have been popular. It wouldn't have been popular at the time. So I kind of have to give him his flowers, bro.
I think they're gonna do the same thing next season. I think they'll finish like 5th or 6th.
I don't want to shit on Scott or anything, but weren't they like 9th when this prediction was?
Oh, they were.
Yeah. Same points as Chelsea, 29.
But
Yeah.
with
We're
me,
there.
Liverpool's
We're neck
team
and
is,
neck.
I think, for depth and everything, and like squad wise, it's quite weak. So I think
It's
Klopp's
terrible.
done like done I don't know pretty well.
They
with
need.
Liverpool.
They need.
I think.
No,
I
sorry.
I was gonna say, I think soon as Klopp like leaves Liverpool, I think Liverpool becoming like the old Liverpool like we seen when we was young. Well, when I was younger, anyway, I used to always saw Liverpool
I
like
don't think they'll get that bad.
7th or 8th.
I think Liverpool still need 4. I think they need 4 new center backs. Keep Konate.
They need a lot of like they've
Van
done
Dijk
well
is Van Dijk is gonna fall off a fucking cliff. I'm telling you right now. Next season, flop of the year, Van Dijk. Telling you right now. You heard it here first.
Wow.
Van Dijk flop of the season. He's going to be really fucking bad next year. I think,
that's
bro. Because against the Netherlands, he was trash. Or sorry, when he played against Croatia.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Bro,
he's not the same Van Dijk after.
He
the
is
injury.
not the same. Not the same at all. I like Konate a lot, but the injuries are the problem. Gomez is bang average at best. Matt Tip is above average at best. All of them are injury prone. All of them are injury prone. They're gonna get injuries next year. They're gonna fucking fall off a cliff.
Wait,
Same thing on Andy Robertson.
Steve, are you not taking into context the fact that they got Enzo, Caicedo, and Bellingham in midfield?
Oh no, and also Kone and
Listen, man.
Oh,
One thing we need to add. As
and
well
Mbappe,
is,
right?
I just want to add quickly, guys. Joe Gomez is not called Joe Gomez. He's called Ice Spice. Let's get it right, okay?
Yeah, he's fucking terrible. He's so bad.
Let's just put that in.
He's doing the
And Van
stanky
Dijk,
like
the Van
Joe
Dijk
Gomez.
season has already been quite bad this season. Like his decline has been very bad this season.
Bro, but can I just make a point? Like everything we're saying here, by the way, I think is a byproduct of what I was talking about with Klopp. Like, look at what these guys went from. Like, I understand some of it with Van Dijk was injury, but all of these guys, like even Gomez, went from the point where at right back went from games where he was dominating Raheem Sterling, dominating a Man City front line at right back, to he's barely passable as a centre back anymore. And I think some of that is down to Klopp because of the way he does their system. His system is cool and fun and looks good because it will get a million chances a game at both ends. But it's a terrible system to coach your team in. It's a
Wait, Scott, you know, in a way, yeah, the Darwin Núñez inclusion, like it hurts Salah and Trent in a way. I don't know if you noticed it, but like because they had to play different positions, yeah.
Even the Gakpo thing, right? Like I know it worked out in the end, but this guy's not a striker. Why are you playing him as a back to goal striker?
The left winger for me.
He is, but also him playing as a back to goal striker or as a striker meant that your wingers had to be more creative, which I would say Salah isn't. Not. Yeah, Salah isn't, which means he had to sacrifice his game, which meant he ghosted games. Like and then like Trent looked worse until he started to invert a bit more. Like their whole system just makes their teams look worse.
Another injury prone player. I like him, but you can't count on him. Injury prone. Gakpo was good. Salah, I think he'll have another like good season, but I just don't see it. I really don't. Because that midfield, they ain't gonna get like 3 or 4 new ones. They're still gonna have Henderson's still gonna be playing for them. I just don't think that they're there anymore. You know, they're decent enough, but I wouldn't be surprised if they fall off a cliff next year. Like actually fall off a cliff. But they'll probably get hot and catch hot. That's why I'm saying 5th. But I don't know.
So for this next part, signing of the season, let's do the same thing we did with Flop.
Oh, I already know who I said.
Who do we? So honest, and also the only people that were here for this one was Scott, me, Chris, and Will got a vote for it. So I guess you guys, the rest of you guys, are off the hook. But let's go ahead. Signing of the season. I guess we'll start with Steve. Go ahead, because I have to think about it.
I gotta think about it too. I mean, the first.
Oh, you don't have to think about it. There's no thinking about it.
I don't have to think about it.
Holland. Yeah, I don't have to think about it either.
I know who I said, and I'm going to say the same person as my shout out underrated sign of the season, but it's Haaland. You can't say anyone but Haaland. This man nearly he broke the scoring record.
Yeah,
he nearly got 40 league goals in a Premier League season.
Okay, so let's play the game besides Haaland.
Yeah, let's do
honorable mentions. Second place.
That's fair.
That's actually interesting.
I think honestly, can I go first? Because I think it's quite. I said this guy. I think I might have predicted this guy starting the season in the summer. I'm gonna say Botman.
Yes, I was actually yes, Botman. Yeah.
That's my boy, Will. That's my boy. I got a honorable mention as well. Obviously Morgan Gibbs White, bro. And the reason I'm saying him is because Forest, they were shooing to go down, kind of. And listen, individually his performances, they kept them up 100%. So the honorable mention for him, bro.
Can I?
Shout out Paulinho. Shout out Paulinho at Fulham.
That is Slens.
Paulinho was the guy. I think that's it.
Casemiro is solid, yeah.
Yeah, Casemiro is my honorable mention.
Lissandro, another good one. To be fair,
I thought Isaac
you lost
did really
Lance
well.
yeah.
Like the minutes, I think he's not played a lot of minutes because of injuries or whatever. But like he scored.
He's
like,
on that Batshuayi tax of he's barely played, but he's scored in nearly all of them.
Yeah, like, but he will play probably a lot more next season as
With,
well.
with Isak as well, he's technically so good. Like it's actually great.
Strong, makes good runs, can play back to goal. Huge frame. Yeah, he's good, man. Can play off the left too, dribble a bit. Yeah, Isak is, man. We've got a good fucking player, man. I'm excited.
The one guy I want to shout out, because a lot of the people I would have mentioned have been mentioned, but the one guy I want to shout out, and it's going to be surprising as a Chelsea player, is Ahmeds.
Yeah,
came in as a guy who a lot of us didn't know.
I rated Ahmeds before.
I think most of the only people that knew him, like me, only knew him because Newcastle were interested in him after they initially got rejected by Botman or by the club Botman was playing for.
Leo,
by the way, Stens has been a talking guy for years. So
That's my boy, man.
Yeah, the fact that he came in as well, considering the thing as well with Ahmeds is when he came in as well, considering how Silva, how rough our centre back situation was looking. Like Koulibaly was playing terribly. Chalobah wasn't looking as good as he was last season. Obviously, Fofana had his injury problems. He came in and immediately made everything look comfortable. Everything look easy. He immediately came in and didn't look out of place. Looked like he belonged.
Scott, do you know why I was so sure of the signing? By the way, do you know I was so confident about him? And the reason I was is because in his age group, he's played one of the most games in a top 5 league. Do you know what I mean? So for me, of course, when you play a lot of games, there was comps on the timeline of him having failed comps. Even though I hate those failed comps, but the reason they're there is because the sample size is quite big, so you can easily find those clips. But bro, with that amount of games comes composure. You can see the way he plays, bro. He's very composed. He's a centre back ahead of his age, 100%. So I'm happy with going, man.
I actually just realised who I gave sign of the season to. I just realised. I won't say it, but I just remembered.
Yeah, man.
And you know what? I don't even care. It's actually not that bad. It's fine.
We all said Erling Haaland though, but we're just talking about Erling.
Yeah, second place.
Honorable mentions right now. I'm sticking with Casemiro. I think Casemiro
I want to give
completely changed Manchester United.
I want to give a big shout out to what's it called? Bournemouth's Senesi signing, because that guy, bro.
That was not the Bournemouth signing I thought you were going to say. I'll be completely honest.
I thought you were going to say Dango Awatara. Again,
that's the one I thought you were going to say. Well.
Another one that I called the day he signed. I'm like, this brother's a baller for Lorient. Absolutely.
Another League One player.
Yeah, Terra Murphy, bro. It's my favorite league.
Senesi's like link up play with what's his name,
Marcus Tavernier.
Oh, he's from Middlesbrough, right?
Yeah, Middlesbrough. He was good for them. Yeah, Bournemouth just had much more in the tank, more in the tank than the other guys. Crazy.
You've seen what Val's been saying, because the Kanji is a shout fair.
Oh yeah, Kanji on a free. Akanji was brilliant. Goddamn brilliant.
I didn't know how cheap he was actually.
You know what, man? I want to give a quick shout out to Garnacho, man. Even though I know he's not like a new
Academy promotion. Yeah.
He's been pretty good, man.
He'll be starting next year for them, no doubt.
Yeah, man.
No doubt.
Sancho's not going to be starting anytime soon, mate. You know what I mean? It's time to go.
You hate him so fucking.
Bro, it's so easy, bro. You know him is just cash money and ZH. It's just cash money, man. But my ZH is actually just real. It's too real.
Well, Pope, another honorable mention. 10 million. 10 million.
It's a good shout.
There are quite a few, to be fair. Like even for some of the
Lodi's another one, you know. Shout out Lodi for
Renan Lodi, Felipe as well. Felipe was probably their player of the season for Forest.
To be fair, even for some of the relegated teams, I'd say there's a couple of honourable mentions. Like one of the guys, I was going to say Tyler Adams as well for Leeds. I'd say like he was up there as one of their better players.
Yeah.
Sergio
I mean, they
is
fell
another one.
apart as soon as
Nobody's mentioned Lavia at all.
Yeah, Lavia.
I
He
genuinely forgot about
definitely.
that.
Yeah.
Genuinely forgot about that. Yeah.
Matoma, one of the comments said Keyshawn. Shout out Keyshawn. Matoma,
Yeah,
fantastic.
Matoma's a really good.
Oh
shot.
yeah, in Cisco, even though he's had a late cameo, in Cisco's
How
been.
do you have time to watch all those games, people?
I don't know how Steve does it. He just does it, man.
Because I don't have a
He
girlfriend.
has 8
What?
screens.
No,
He has 8 screens at the same time. Ahmed too. I'll put Ahmed in there too.
No,
But Steve watches like
Steve
18
has
different
a
leagues.
Bedazzle, whatever that Bedazzle TV that he has. I know what Steve does, but like how rest of you, how you can watch all those
Alex,
games?
do you know what
Alex,
I
you
imagine?
know
I
I
imagine people that watch a lot of games. I imagine them being like, you know, the VAR room where there's like 17 screens. That's what I imagine. They watch the game.
Camille, good shout. Danilo. Forrest. I like Danilo. Good midfielder.
I can watch all the games as possible. I'm just asking, like, it's not the problem to watch it.
My attention
It's the
span.
problem, the time.
Yeah, that's my thing. But all right, let's go ahead.
Work hard on the weekdays. Work hard. Don't work hard on the weekends.
So, surprisingly, not everyone on the video voted Holland.
Matt, I don't think you can. You
Did
know
we
what's
not?
the hard work, man.
Marshall, I know. I'm
I
gonna
made
defend
said
myself.
KDB down.
Oh.
William, no
Will,
disclaimers.
Will, who did you vote?
No,
Who did you vote? Do you remember who you voted for?
Okay, so I thought the context was the signing for the rest of the season. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. So I put Enzo. I'm pretty sure.
You
I
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will voted Enzo. There you go.
But Enzo ain't played badly, so.
That's
No, and he hasn't been bad. I can't disagree with that. Scott, do you remember who you picked?
I picked Paulinho, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, you picked Paulinho. Yeah.
Paulinho's sick, man.
It's a great pick.
Yeah, and then
Paulinho-
else just picked Haaland, which is
If
the
we
easiest
got
one.
if we got Paulinho at Newcastle, that would be.
Bro,
To be fair to Scott too, Scott also put an honorable mention for Casemiro.
Yeah. Casemiro was good, bro. Yeah,
Did
absolutely.
I say
Yeah,
KDB?
Casemiro's
Because I
solid.
think I said him, probably. Because he's had a lot.
KDB for signing of the season?
Oh, no, I thought you said player. No, I picked Haaland.
Man. Yes. We all picked Haaland, except for
Good to see that Chris hasn't changed, man.
Yeah.
No.
Good to see Chris hasn't changed.
Notice how we didn't say
This is
any
not
Arsenal players for signing of the season, by the way.
But do you know what the problem is though? Is that, like their signings, I think, were good. It's just like Jesus got injured. Then Trossard, I think, was good, but was used as a bit part player. I think Jorginho was a smart signing, but he was nowhere near signing of the season.
And Arteta didn't even use him as much as he could have. Same with
Zinchenko.
Trossard, like you just said.
But like Zinchenko was brilliant at the start of the season, and at the end of the season, just
He
taken
got
off
exposed.
massively. Yeah, especially
Got
defensively.
exposed.
That's the
Bro,
problem. Like their signings were good, but they
You
weren't.
call it exposed. I call it. You call it exposed. I call it defense team adjusting to defense adjusts
Sure.
to every player. In the beginning, everybody can come and play something new, but at the end of the day, if you're playing for a position team and you're about to face them, you sitting in the room and you watch him play and you know how to expose. And Zinchenko's been exposed before at City.
Right.
Technically, I wouldn't even say that he's the one that most of a problem from Arsenal.
No, definitely.
I think the Arsenal I think it was Arteta more to the end of the season. I think it was actually Arteta more than the players.
Yeah,
I think what's his name? Trossard should have been started way more before even Jesus was injured.
Because we saw
Jesus was
multiple
not
times
injured, but
Martinelli
he
and
was
Saka
gassed.
gassed.
I can't actually say it like loudly. Trossard is actually a better player than Jesus is. In the final third, Trossard is better finisher.
Lethal.
He's
That's a hot
more.
take. Damn.
I think Arteta. If Arteta was the smart one, he would have put Trossard immediately when he realized.
False
Because
nine.
you can see Jesus so many chances, misses. It's like a Kai Havertz, but Trossard doesn't.
You know,
I don't.
you know what's
I
flop
don't-
of the season? The likes
what?
are flop of the season on this video. That's what it is. 55 people watching.
Smash those likes, people.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
man.
I'm saying
Yo,
even
I'll
like
call
for
this chat the
example,
flop of the season. Yeah.
even what's his name? I don't think even Jorginho would have helped him because I don't think the midfield wasn't the problem in the first place. I think we created enough in the beginning. We should have finished those chances. Plus, I just think we got exposed at the end. At the end, we got exposed. The tactics get the defense figure it out. The defense tries to learn. But just like the offense tries to learn how to beat the defender the same way defense learn how to beat the offensive players. Try not to pass him. And what's his name? By saying that the injury was what's his name? That French guy. The injury that cost him the season.
Saliba.
Yeah. Even dude, I'm rating. I think he's gonna be one of the great
great player.
Yeah,
great player. I'm jealous how great the player.
Can I ask you a question? And not to jump the gun, obviously, just in the topic of signings. I just wanted to like get a gauge here from you lot. In terms of the players we're letting go, yeah, and I'll give you 3 players. If you could just like rank it for me, yeah, from 1 to 3, who do you think will be like the most successful one? So like, it's Kai Havertz to Arsenal, Mount to United, and Cover to City.
Cover to City.
Cover to City.
Number 1.
Cover to City. Number 1.
I think even I will join City. I will be more successful out of
individual impact, obviously.
I'm going to say Mount to United second and Havertz to Arsenal third.
I agree with Scott. That's
the thing for me, right? Before everyone else goes, the thing for me why I've said that is Cover to City, obvious. The reason I put Mount ahead of what's it called, Havertz, is because in that United team, Mount at least has a place. You can see where he fits in that team, and it makes sense. I still cannot put my head around, fathom a way in which that Havertz fits into that Arsenal team, and it makes sense.
If they're as good as Arsenal showed,
I can't fathom a way in which it works, and because you can't play him instead of Ødegaard. That's immediately a drop off there. You can't play him as the false 9. That's a drop off from Jesus. Also,
either wing.
He doesn't work on the wing. He's also a downgrade on who they've got already. You can't play him in the midfield with Ødegaard as well because he can't do the job that Xhaka did. I don't understand where he fits in that team. I can't see it.
And Arteta, we just talked about how Arteta failed to utilize.
I don't think he's going to go
Trossard off the bench enough, Jorginho off the bench enough. Certain guys having to be dropped, like Saka, because Saka does this every year. He's brilliant, but he plays every minute of every game, and he just gets gassed. He gets tired, and if you bring someone in, that's why Jesus for me. If Arteta needs to realize Jesus is best on the wing, particularly on the right. I know he broke out at Fluminense off the left, but at Man City he did most of his damage off the right. So, but what do I fucking know?
I think the concerning thing is. Go ahead. Now, I was gonna say, but real quick, you know the cover, that signing there, the money they're giving him and the money they're paying, that is starter money. Like it's not squad depth money for me. So I'm with Scott here. I don't really see the fit, and a lot of Arsenal fans are killing themselves talking about left centre mid. Like respectfully, they seem to think that Kai Havertz has played that striker for Chelsea for 3 years, and that's not the case at all. At Chelsea, he's been given a lot of opportunities in a lot of places,
a lot of positions.
So, yeah, 100%. And yes, of course I'm sad. Of course I am. But bro, it is what it is, man.
I think he sits on Arsenal's bench next year. Havertz.
Yeah, that's.
I think the only reason, the only way they can use Kai Havertz in the team, if they will switch the way that they play, like I'm not saying like
4-4-2 maybe. Even that's
4-4-2. I think like how Saka and Martinelli likes to hug the sidelines.
Yeah.
You don't have to play if you play Kai Havertz. You don't have to play this is why I think Scott, you misunderstanding the thing. Like if he comes into the team, it doesn't not necessarily means that he will play the way exactly the person will play in. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't say that and doesn't mean that because he can play right under a specific striker. He doesn't have to go wide enough like what's his name? Like Saka. He doesn't have to go wide enough like Martinelli. I just don't understand where is this idea that if the player comes into the team, you have to replace the player that exactly they have.
Here's the question then, Alex. Is Kai Havertz worth changing a formation for? When you've just had
it's not that let's say it's not actual formation, it's maybe tighter in the mid. It's the how you say it, like it's the little bitty things within formation that you can
start a play.
This is all good, but all of what we're saying here is as a backup option for Ødegaard. Him and Ødegaard cannot start in the same midfield and there's not a
And
hope
that's
in hell
another thing.
that Ødegaard plays.
Money they paying, I don't see it as them paying for the bench player. You
Then
can
I don't understand how they make it work with him and Ødegaard in the same midfield. I don't
Especially
get how
Fabio Vieira too.
I do.
I hope they play
Like I
two
said,
striker
you
formations.
do
They're
not
literally about
have
to
to
play
play
him the
the
same
way
way
they
that-
played the last season. You do not have to make those players go wide enough. Why do you think that this is actually how they're gonna play? Why they cannot
3-5-2.
adjust within the system?
So I get that. My question is Kai Havertz for Arsenal worth changing the way they play?
No.
Yeah.
I
Of course
don't
not,
think
of course
so.
not. And the thing is, Steve,
That's
that
yes,
question
man,
applies to
yes,
Chelsea.
Even if
bro.
it like you're talking, are you Alex? Are you basically saying like sort of Giroud not Mbappe, Giroud Griezmann kind of thing, where one feeds off the other behind sort of thing?
What I'm saying is, they are actually what's the name? They're actually looking at not only like you like if within the week like every week game. Yes, you forgot that they actually playing in the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's another thing that they can use that they use it because they have more games, they have a bigger squad, they need more experienced players. So I don't understand where is this like, oh, he's gonna be on the bench. I probably, if they sign him, which I still don't think they're gonna sign him, by the way. I just like at the end I think they will pull out. But I just is that the real monster?
I think so.
At least it's his channel.
Oh yeah, if it's his channel then yeah.
I
Oh
think,
yeah.
bro. I think if you're Arsenal, I don't know why you're going for Havertz. I think they need a 9. I go for Jonathan David. Nobody's talking about him except me, and Andrew's been on a bunch of streams with me too. And I'm talking. This guy he's special, bro. I think he's a good player. He will get a big move this summer. He's gonna go somewhere.
Slens, I have to ask you a question, Slens. In regards to your question of the 3 that are leaving, do you mean in reference to like next season or overall their career and the time they stay at the club?
No, next season specifically, in terms of impact individually.
I'll be honest with you, and this is probably going to be a hot take. No. I think Mason Mount is probably going to have the biggest impact.
Sell me a
I think Mason
dream,
Mount-
Marshall. Sell me a dream.
No. Because like I know we like to banter Mason, and he has had a shit season. Last season wasn't that impressive, and I think his season where he had the least amount of GA was probably his best season. But I really think that this kid, especially for Chelsea this season, he just really lacked the motivation. Didn't have the heart for the team. Didn't really want to be here anymore. It seemed like it was a slow burning bridge after the World Cup, and I really think now that he goes to and I said this before, now that when he goes to Manchester United, he's probably going to have a really good first season there. And then after that, we're probably going to see a tremendous drop off, just similar to how he went last season. I don't think he's going to maintain that level, but I think he's going to be motivated enough to really step up and be that Mason Mount that we saw under the Lampard-Tuchel season where we won the Champions League. So I think he's probably going to have the biggest impact. Not to say Kova won't. Kova will have a humongous impact, but you guys mentioned it too. They have a few other. They need to sign another midfielder, not just Kova, to really replace Gundogan.
Kova to stand out in that City team anyway, like because they have so many good midfielders and all that. Like you don't even notice always Gundogan. Like you do when he's scoring those mad goals.
Well, Gundogan's gone now. He's walked off on a free. I'm pretty sure.
Why don't we look at him?
I wouldn't mind.
Because he does not want to come to Chelsea. Why would he stay in England?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Are you ready to sell all the shit?
If he's staying in England, he's not going to go to any other team.
We can offer him a good wage, you know.
Yeah, I just think
Oh
of
my
Mount.
God, Chris, come on!
just about what we can offer,
Grown-ass
just about.
kid already.
I just think of Mount. It's going to be interesting to see where he plays in that formation, because Casemiro as a 6 and then Mount and Bruno Fernandes. Bro, I don't know what is going on there. Like one of them is going to have to be box to box at the very least to at least help out.
I actually think he will fit right into that midfield.
Gundogan would. I hope to God we go for Gundogan at Newcastle. I hope to God.
He's not staying in England.
Would be fantastic.
Where does he go? Spain then, or Germany?
Probably Germany.
No,
Germany
probably
or
Spain.
going to Middle East.
Middle East.
Listen, in terms of,
I thought Gundogan was Barcelona.
He's either going Barcelona or he's probably going back to Germany. In all
Yeah,
honesty.
Barcelona. Sorry, not Germany.
But
either
by the way,
Barcelona
staying at City
or-
is still an option. By the way, still an option. He could still.
Yeah, he's got the offer of the
might-
contract on the table, so like he may stay.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Listen, all I'm saying is on the 3rd of April, hopefully I will be going to the game against United, and I will be booing for 90 minutes. I'll be booing Mason Mount. So please, anyone going to the game,
Minutes, he said.
join me. It's gonna be good times, man.
That's a long time of booing. Goddamn.
That's commitment, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
By the way, I just realized how Kai Havertz can play in Arsenal. Odegaard is actually
for it, Alex.
decent deeper.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Odegaard is actually a decent player when he deep.
was Mount, or not Mount. Havertz.
But hey, it's Arteta's headache. It's not our headache.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
I'm
thank
interested
God.
to see what happens.
Ooh,
but
I got a
that's
good
'cause I like
category.
him.
Redemption player of the season. Redemption.
Oh, why not? Yeah.
Who had a crap season 2 years ago, but then was on smoke this year?
That's an easy one. It's
Miggy.
Marcus Rashford, bro. Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, it's Marcus
Oh,
Rashford.
Rashford had a standout
I
season.
left
Yeah,
so much
true.
when I said that I want Rashford.
There is an argument for
yeah, he
Miggy. There is an argument for Miggy because who here rated Miggy before going into this season?
He is, man.
Almiron.
Yeah.
Oh, Almiron, yeah.
But Almiron kind of
I
fell off
to say-
towards the end of the season,
I
Steve.
still don't rate him,
He
man.
did, but still productivity wise,
Steve, you're picking the wrong Newcastle player, Steve. You're picking the wrong
Yeah,
Newcastle.
man.
Actually, no, I've got the answer.
Joe
I don't know
Linton.
if you class. I've got two shouts. But
Wellington. Yeah.
I've got two shouts, but I don't know whether you'd class either of them as necessarily redemptions. It's more from what they were at to what they're at now. I would give shout outs to John Stones and Nathan Ake.
Yeah, because they took a
John
huge
Stone,
step up.
holy shit.
And I
John
was
Stone.
From what they were
I said I want
what
Ake
they
at
now.
Chelsea.
Stones is
It's
English
like-
center back
Ake
and a bloody good midfielder.
Man, I was left at when I
The
said
treble
I want Ake
winners.
at Chelsea.
You,
Can
you
I
laughed
just say? Can I just say
Yeah.
Nathan Ake, right? Listen, I'm not gonna say I was advocating for him, but I was happy to sign him. And for
You
me,
mean
Yo,
Rashford hasn't
Slens,
done
me
anything
too.
for the past
Two
3.5
slants,
months?
I want them when we linked.
sorry,
and
say that again.
I said I wanted Ake when Tuchel wanted to buy him. I wanted him.
I got receipts on that as well. Back on my Twitter, I've got receipts.
Yeah, I was not opposed to
Back
Ake
of
at
the
all.
pro.
We would have been better off.
I've been a
with
fan of
Nicolas
Ake.
Jackson.
I've been a fan of Ake since Bournemouth, bro. I've always liked that guy, honestly.
I'll be honest.
Bro.
Up until February, he was the defender of the season. I don't care what anyone says. Up until his injury, he was the defender of the season, bro. He was so good.
Yeah, no, Ake's quality.
played
So
fullback a lot too on most of the
But
season.
yeah, Scott was right. Big up to Stones for adjusting quickly within the madness of the season.
Yeah.
He'd adjusted well, Stones. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
he's a
I
better
don't think
midfielder
he's.
than
I
Mason
don't think he's ever. I don't think he's gonna be as good defend. I'm not saying he's a good midfielder to be permanently in that position. But I don't like people saying like, oh, look at like remember when Stones. I still think that he's not a good defender. I still don't think he's a good defender.
I disagree with that, man. I'm sorry.
Are you saying a good defender comparative to the other Man City center backs, or just like?
Yeah, of course. I'm not comparing him to himself.
So he's like
I'm
you're saying
comparing
he's
to the
basically
other
like a
ones.
third choice center back at City behind
Yeah, I'm saying
Diaz
like
and
if he wouldn't adjust his position in the midfield, I don't think he has a space in that starting 11 as a defender.
I disagree.
What they'll do is they're going to play.
Disagree, man.
Well,
I said not necessarily-
who would have been then?
Well, what they're
I
going to
reckon it would have been. I reckon it would have been him and Diaz. Like we saw it last season. Like he played over Laporte. Like Laporte was so good the season before. Then everyone like me included. I don't know about anyone else, but I thought it was going to be when Diaz came in, Laporte and Diaz, and Stones was the consistent. Stones was the consistent constantly. I don't. Pep just seems to love him, and you understand why now. But Pep has since the start has just seemed to love him.
Guys,
Scott, you know what though? You see Stones, John Stones for me, yeah. I look at him, and the reason why Pep is the best in the world right now is because look at the development. Like this, I think he was his first big money signing, right? He signed him. There was a lot of talk about the price tag, a lot of talk about his first couple of seasons. Look at where it's developed into. It's developed into him being man of the match in a UCL final, bro, in midfield. Like, look at the development, bro. Like that's unmatched.
Yeah, but
bro.
those slants, those are the qualities that he had that people are actually questioning. He's been a defender, not based. People rating him not based on his defensive skills. People
But
rate
I
him
can't
on his-
disagree with that, Alex. Though I'll tell you why I disagree because you see the point Scott made about the titles they won with Diaz and Stones. They were both very good. He was winning his duels. He was dominating attackers. Like he wasn't someone who was just nice on the ball and helping with the build up. Like he was actually doing the dirty work as well. Do you know what I mean? So
No.
defensively, I think he's improved.
That's not what I'm saying. Like when people like saying that he it's specific. Like don't think that I'm saying like it's a big drop off. I'm not saying it's a big drop off of his like compared to the defender, but I'm saying like compared to what the other guy did. I don't think Stone's on the same level. That's all I'm saying. Like
For Man City.
For Man City, exactly. I'm not saying
Like he starts for
the rest of his teams in the Premier League, but I'm saying like at that
probably.
City, especially with the way Ake just walked into the team. Okay, if you see the way Ake played, who you drop, you still start in Stones?
Yes. Ake played left back a lot of the season as well, and Guardiola will replace Ake.
You're gonna put the left back, and you.
Ake will get dropped for Guardiola, of course.
Stones can play right back too. That's the other thing.
No,
Guardiola.
No,
Guardiola
again,
will
like,
sign
this is
for
split in the hair. I think.
Maybe not right back in a Man City, but
he'll
The
play.
other thing with Stones though is that Stones is quite injury prone. He had quite a few injuries in the last season, so it would make sense that maybe if Gavardio comes in, he kind of is there to be that Stones replacement in case of.
He's going to play all three. I'm so confident he'll play Stones, Diaz, and Guardiola. Play all three.
Yeah. That would happen, but I'm saying
3-2-5, right, Will? Yeah.
No, well, it doesn't even have to be that really. They'll probably sign. They should sign another right back anyway if Walker goes. It'll probably a right back, and then they'll play Stones.
Don't they have the kid though, Rico Lewis?
Guardiola. Yeah, they could play.
They're playing him in midfield, but like that, I don't understand, man. They're playing this guy in midfield, and it looks natural. There's no way that guy's not a fullback. That guy's not.
Actually, no redemption player, Grealish.
He's another one, but that Rico Lewis is not a fullback by trade. I'm telling you that now. He's another Trent. He's a midfielder or a winger or something that got converted to a fullback. There's no way.
Do you know how difficult that role was, by the way? Like for 90, was it 18, 19?
Oh, 100%, bro. Bro, that that's what I'm saying. Didn't he play in midfield like one of the last games of the season? I can't remember what game it was, and he's complementing that midfield. He's not dragging the team down in that position at 19.
And he also came in when they were under pressure to pick up points because they were behind Arsenal. So did very well.
You could kind of say that, in a sense, sort of Gabriel Jesus had a redemption season. In a sense.
Gabriel Jesus got.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't say that.
Marshall, do you know why I disagree? Do you know why I disagree? Because what did people say about Jesus, right? Jesus at City, he was always a great fundamental player, right? Like he always had very good technically, but in terms of link-up play, one of the best, right? But what was the criticism? It was him being clinical, finishing chances, and that's still applies to Arsenal.
Same with Sterling.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So,
you know what?
I feel like people expected Jesus to come into Arsenal and not hit the ground running like he did.
I'm going to give
probably not.
A redemption that I'd say, and I'd say this is more to like the casual fan that I want to shout out as a manager, is Unai Emery. Because I think a lot of people
Tyrone Mings redemption player of the season.
I think a lot of people look down on his time at Arsenal, but forget it was Arsenal. Whereas I think people forget this is a guy who's won the Europa League multiple times with Sevilla. Like this is a serial winner who came into Aston Villa and took his team from a relegation threatened team. Like they were below us. They were relegation threatened, and they finished in the Europa League comfortably.
Yeah, you could.
If you're speaking about managers as well, another manager is Roy Hodgson. Let's be honest, because there's a lot of narratives about him. But Patrick Vieira had that team underperforming heavily, and then he took over that team, and they were scoring heavily.
They were playing attacking football, man. They were
100%. They were, and they were much better under the Roy.
If you talk of like players as well, like with Villa, I mean Watkins outscored Rashford, didn't he?
Watkins redemption players.
Watkins. That's what Emery can do. Emery's done that before. He's done that with what's his name? The previous Villarreal striker, Gerard Moreno, where he got him to score 30 goals a season, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, when Villarreal won the Europa League, I think he scored 37 or something stupid in all comps. Moreno. Boy.
The thing with what's it called, Emery, he can get a striker to cook for him, man.
Yeah.
He knows how to use his strikers.
Aubameyang that year for Arsenal. Yeah.
He's so good. it was funny because didn't Watkins pretty much throw Gerrard under the bus and said that Emery literally coached him so much better?
Yeah, Goran, but he didn't just have what's his name not working properly. He also had
Lion.
what's his name? He also had the other striker whose name I just literally lost. Who went to Everton as well. That wasn't cooking as well.
Moped.
No, it was he was also at Southampton as well, and before it was at Liverpool.
Danny Ings.
Danny Ings as well, and Ings just literally came up a 20 goal a season at Southampton, where he was the main striker for them. So
I think he's playing for West Ham right now. Dude,
but before that he he was with Gerrard. Before the start of January. Yeah, so that was
Watkins is a shout for redemption player. Watkins is a shout.
I think I think I got to give it to Rashford though. Rashford turned it around completely this season. Like he was such.
But again, it goes with the flop of the season, right? Who did you expect more out of this season? Watkins, Almiron.
I mean, to be fair to Winter Surfer, he did say this earlier, right? I never rated Richarlison, but for the price that he came in at Tottenham, and then to get what, 1 goal in the Premier League?
Yeah, and a shitload of offsides.
That's just absurd.
Marshall,
like I can't say Basuma because Basuma, like, and Slens, I remember you were rating Basuma for a hot minute. Basuma barely got to play under Spurs.
I still
barely got to play under Spurs at all.
He'll be a big player.
Do you know why you're right about Rashford? Because for me, and this is a lesson to us as fans as well in terms of our own players this season.
Sure.
You look at Rashford last season, a lot was honestly, I was hearing things like he's done, and I was looking at him, and I was looking at his performances, bro. It genuinely looked like there was no redemption for him. Like he genuinely looked like a player.
Friends, this is what I said in the beginning. I was left at. I said I'll take Rashford if United was selling him. I was left at.
Xhaka kind of had a redemption season a little bit.
Yeah, true.
That's
yeah,
a
Xhaka
good.
did
That's
too.
a
Yeah.
good one.
I
That's a great shot.
God
Great
damn.
shot.
That's a great shot. That's actually a great shot. I actually have rated Xhaka this season.
Yeah, he's terrific for them for the most part. Mitrovic also probably another one. I mean, he was hot. The last time he was in the Prem, he wasn't.
Yeah.
William.
He scored a shitload of goals for
Oh,
Fulham.
Willian is not a bad shot either.
Willian, yo, because nobody expected
thought he was done.
anything from Willian. Nothing.
Bro, he flopped at his own hometown in Brazil, and they had guns on him, bro. He literally had to.
Ream.
It's not a joke, bro. It's very serious.
I thought Fulham were gonna finish bottom. I thought Fulham were
Yeah,
gonna
me
finish
too.
bottom,
I
but
thought
Jim Ream is
Fulham
a
were gonna
redemption.
yo-yo like the
Relegated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I thought they
they
were gonna
finished
yo-yo like
10th.
they always do. No, and that's a solid finish too for them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're getting relegated next season.
Yeah,
I
possibly.
think Palace have been
I
relegated.
wouldn't put Rashford. The second half of the season, he's been shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put
He got
Rashford in
hurt
it
though.
at
He
all.
got like a bad hamstring
Nah, he
or a groin
wasn't hurt
injury.
for that long. He wasn't hurt for that long. He's not. No, second half of the
You
season,
just
he's
don't
hardly
like
shown
Rashford.
up.
I remember now when I said
No, I like
Rashford, you
Rashford,
laughed
but
at me.
to
I
say he's had a
remember it was you,
redemption
Andrew.
season, second half
He was
been
great up
what,
until the
even
cup
playing.
final.
He's been ghosted.
The cup
He's been
final.
ghosted.
When you consider the
but-
last 2 seasons where he was so lackluster, and then this season he really stood out,
But
I think it's a
Rashford-
redemption
He
season.
stood out. He stood
I
out
agree.
barely until after the World Cup, and then he's been ghosted ever since for the last 4 months. So.
Exactly. Rashford goes through great patches of form, and then
He's a
he
purple patch
that-
player.
happens.
Yeah.
But then over the course of the season, right? Like you could actually have the argument for someone like Casemiro, right? Looking at him as a signing, there was a lot of periods where he let them down, where he was out for 10 plus games because of his discipline. So it's the same thing, right? You got to look at over the course of the season. Without Rashford, they're not getting anything this season, bro. They're not getting anything. Let's be honest. They're not getting.
No,
top four,
I
they're not getting
I
Carabao
understand
Cup.
that he helped build them early
Yeah.
part of the season, but second half of the season, he barely did anything. You know, that's why they remember. Look at how many goals have they scored in the league. They haven't scored a lot of goals in the league. It's barely over 50 in the league that they've scored.
We outscored
Yeah.
him.
And
We
his
outscored.
goals dry. Hang on, his goals and assists have dried up from about February onwards.
Yeah.
That's why you know they scored a limited amount of goals they have. So the second half of the season for me, nah, man, not Rashford. He's not anywhere near the conversation.
Who was your pick? Who's your pick then?
But what?
For redemption,
Redemption
player. I'm still trying to decide mine.
Redemption.
See, this is what we're nitpicking like a few months of like compared to where he was. To
No,
what
a
he
few
did.
months. It's Alex. It's half the season. It's not hard 3 months. It's hard to see. Remember, he had the World Cup in the middle. It's hard to miss him.
Yeah, and
Huge
he was
chunk.
injured also.
He wasn't injured for that long. Let's not say he's been out for like
a
months.
while.
Hang on.
I'm debating
Yeah,
between
Rashford for
Almiron.
No, don't bring your Newcastle player, man. He was.
Almiron's the same as Rashford. He had a good first.
No,
and
no,
died off.
because what I would say is
Almiron
that
even had a
Almiron
couple
off the
weeks.
ball does a hell of a lot more to impact the game.
Oh
than
no,
Rashford
no,
did
no,
on
we're
the
not
ball.
doing off the
Kai
ball.
Havertz
We're
does
not
off
doing
the
off the
ball.
Can I ask you guys a
That
question?
is
What's wrong with that?
That is such bullshit. We're not doing off the ball. We
Putting
don't
in
do off the ball.
tackles, interceptions,
We don't
press.
do it as a winger.
Sven, what are you gonna ask?
Yes, as a winger. Yes, of course,
Do
as
you
a
guys think
winger.
that
What does Almiron do really well? Run,
Steve,
run,
Steve,
run,
Steve.
run, run.
Steve,
Mickey
we have
runs a lot.
We have a whole team of good players off the ball. The whole team of Chelsea is good off the ball.
Are they?
That's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you guys, would you guys say Gibbs White counts as redemption? Because obviously being at Wolves, signing for a big fee, a lot of doubt.
Yeah, he got.
Obviously, wasn't great.
I wouldn't say
What's he-
redemption.
I wasn't
Yeah,
calling
what's
him
he
shit
being,
though.
what's he
before
being
they signed
redemption
him.
from? Yeah, because you wouldn't expect. I don't know what he's being what he's having redemption from.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
redemption, Longstaff.
Nah.
No.
I wouldn't say redemption, but I'd like if you told me
Joe
like
Linton.
surprise season.
Joe Linton
Then
is
I'd say-
decent to call by.
Joe Linton's redemption.
I ain't
He
counting Joe
was a
Ellington
striker.
though. I'm not counting Joe Ellington though, just because in the last season, not this season that just ended, the one before that, Eddie Howe in January put him in midfield and he was sick. And then going up into this season, he's just been carrying on the good form. So like going into this season, I wasn't like cussing Joe Ellington really. Actually, so that's why Miggy shouldn't count. So fair enough.
And someone check the stats. Watkins did outscore Rashford, right? That
Yeah.
is-
Well, I'm checking right now.
Here's the
further.
Rashford injury, right? Here's the Rashford injury, right? So he had 3 injuries this season. He had the 4th to 19th and missed 3 games. He had one from 19th of March to March 31st, missing 1 game, and one from April the 8th to April 19th, missing 3 games. So the second half of the season, he only missed 4 games at all. So I'm not having the injury thing with Rashford at all.
But here's the thing, though. Like, I'm looking at these stats, right? On 2021, he had 21 goals in 57 games, 15 assists, right? Then the season after, it was a dire, 5 goals and 2 assists in 32 games played. Then this season, he turned it around completely and scores 30 goals. And I'm doing all competitions, by the way. 30 goals and 11 assists in 56 games played.
Isn't that
That's
a bit unfair though when considering like in all comps compared to other players that didn't have?
Yeah, and look when he scored. And if you could break it down even further, look when he scored those goals. Go from February onwards when he's got barely
By the way,
anything.
didn't he miss the final because of injury?
He
Rashford?
played in the final and actually scored. Or
No, he played the final.
The Newcastle one, yeah.
No,
He played
I'm
the final.
saying like but he
Oh,
came
the
off the
FA Cup
bench.
final. I think he played the FA
Yeah.
Cup final, didn't
Yeah, he played the FA Cup final.
Oh,
he was the starting striker.
Yeah, but he came off the bench
No,
because
he was
he was
starting.
injured.
No, he
he?
started.
He started up top.
He
He
started.
started up
Started
top.
Also, let's take
It's
it.
just that they didn't play that well.
United
Problem,
also
you didn't see
didn't.
him.
United did not top their Europa League groups. That gives an extra 2 games as well in the prelim rounds.
Fuck.
4 minutes. Like
Yeah, and also, what's it called? Rashford only scored 2
That could
more
never
goals
be
than
Chelsea,
Watkins. Yeah, Rashford scored 17 goals. Only Watkins scored 15.
Completely random question. I'm about to buy a flight ticket, and my passport's expired. Do y'all need to have a passport for intercontinental?
They were literally
Within the country, you don't.
Okay, thank God. All right, that's all. Thank you.
Intercontinental. What?
Yo,
you're saying
can
That
I
means
just
in the
say
country.
something?
In the country.
Intercontinental.
Hey,
word.
Will, you know you speak about Europa League. Can I just say something? Like, obviously we've had a terrible season. Let's actually like give some positive stats here. You know when we won the Europa League, we did not concede a single goal. You know? Do you know how crazy that is? Not a single goal conceded, bro. 18-19.
Slavia.
conceded the final.
Eintracht Frankfurt didn't score one.
Wait, sorry. I think was it one in the final? Sorry, yeah. I think it was one in the final.
Eintracht Frankfurt didn't score one.
we conceded actually quite a lot in that Europa League campaign.
Yeah, they
Wait,
scored
hold
in
on.
the second leg.
Wait, it's unbeaten. Not sorry, not unbeaten.
Ah,
Even throughout the 2 legs as well. Yeah. My
Yeah,
bad, my bad.
I remember that second leg at
I
Stamford
was
Bridge
like,
between
did it-
Frankfurt. That was
wasn't it-
tight. That went to
wasn't it under
penalties. right?
Sari? Wasn't it Sari the manager? I don't
Sari.
think
Yeah,
we
yeah,
ever
sorry.
kept
Like,
it
Sorry,
under
Bob,
man.
baby.
Sari.
But
No, but
not-
the
they
reason why I give, the reason why I give you that stat, yeah,
Fucking
because I look at the teams that go into Europa League, right? The big teams, but they all struggle, bro. Like we make it look so easy, bro. When we go to that competition, always do.
Tottenham couldn't even get out of their Conference League group with NS Mura, Vitesse Arnhem, and Stade Rennais.
Shout out Renz, man. Renz is a good team, man.
That's why I don't want to hear nobody say, "Oh, West Ham won against bum teams." Well, Tottenham lost to the bum teams in the group stage, so maybe it ain't
Steve,
that
you
easy.
need
So,
to, you need
I'll
to have a
throw
valid
this-
driver's license to fly within the States, though.
Okay, I have a driver's
There you
license.
go. There you go. You're good then.
Thank
I will ask
Thank
this
you,
then,
Alex.
because I don't want to like jump the gun on players we expect highly to perform next season, because we don't know where they're going to be by the end of the transfer window. But I'll just say this: managers. What manager do you expect to surprise you next season in the Premier League?
Define. So you just in terms of surprise.
So just
There's a good surprise.
do a lot better. Do a lot better than you anticipated, or do a lot better than what people anticipate.
Postecoglou, I think will do
Going
better
into
than-
next season,
Yeah, going into next
Postecoglou
season.
is a good shout.
Pochettino, bro.
Yeah.
Postecoglou is
I
like-
don't want to jinx it, so I'm not saying.
Alex,
I'm saying
I don't
that, man,
know.
I'm
I
saying
don't know
that.
about no. Shut the hell up, Velvet Sean. Fucking Vincent Frank Lampard.
Don't know where he finds the next
I
job.
think the Bournemouth manager. I think
Gary
he might
O'Neill.
be-
Gary
No.
O'Neill.
Yeah.
No,
I think he's getting.
He'll
reality
keep him
check. I
up
think he's-
again. He'll keep him up again.
they keep.
I
No,
don't know.
I don't think they're staying up.
I think Dyche will get Everton into like 15th, 14th, that range, 13th.
I think they're going down.
Well,
Fair enough.
I reckon he can get
No,
top 8.
Everton is not going down. I think it's gonna be Bournemouth. Gonna be. I think. What's the name? What's that freaking
Luton.
Sheffield United.
Luton are going
Luton.
down.
Luton.
Nah,
is
I
gonna
got
get-
Luton staying up too, actually.
No, I think
I
the
don't
only
want to give
thing
you
is
guys. I don't want to give you guys trauma, but whoever
I
Potter
get
takes
good
over,
odds
really,
on that.
I back him. I back him still.
Potter.
Yeah.
to be fair, depending on who he takes over.
Potter
I
get
think,
it?
yeah.
Did Potter got the job?
If he gets
No,
a
I think
Palace
he's still
job,
unemployed.
yeah, I think he'll get a Palace job. I hope.
There was rumors about him getting the niche job, but that apparently hasn't gone through.
By
Definitely.
the way, did you hear about what's his name? That Nagelsmann?
Yeah, he turned down.
Yeah, he turned down PSG. Ah, fuck that guy, man.
Well,
No, no,
He's
no,
done
he's
now
the
3
problem
clubs
now.
now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
running out of teams to manage. He turned down
Alex,
the
can I
Tottenham
just
team.
say,
He ain't
guessed
going
it
to
as
Juve
fans.
because Juve only hire Italian managers outside of 2 times in their history, which was there was a French guy in the mid 2000s. Is it
Is it
Deschamps?
Deschamps?
I think
I
it
think
is
it was
Deschamps.
Deschamps,
And there was a
yeah.
Czech Republic guy in the 70s that managed Juve, and that's it.
You know?
Everyone else has been, or not Czech, obviously Yugoslav, whatever, one of those fucking countries. And so 2 times in Juve's history, they haven't hired a non-Italian. So I don't even think he's going to Juve.
Do you guys think
Yeah,
Brighton will
Una
get top
Emery.
6?
Una Emery, that's a good shout. I
No,
rate him.
I can't. I think Brighton are about to reach their peak. I feel like they've reached
Yeah,
their peak.
Brighton is going down
No,
to the big table
I think
again.
Brighton will be fine.
I think
I
they
think
No,
Brighton will be fine.
No, I don't think they're gonna make. For me, I don't think they're gonna make top 6 season, but
I think
they're
they
gonna
will.
peak.
I think
I
we're going to
don't
be
think so.
mid-table like it was.
I think David Moyes will get
I
West
can
Ham.
see
for
7th or 8th, Scott, for me.
I think
I was
West
gonna
Ham
say,
could
yeah,
go.
I think Brighton will get Europe again next season.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it
I don't
depends.
think
They're
they
in
will.
the.
He's waiting for the
I
Watford
think
job.
I don't
I'm gonna
think they
throw
will.
company in
Every
there.
team-
I'm gonna throw
every-
company. Yes.
every-
Not a bad
every
shout.
team-
I think
every team
company-
has that. Every team has that thing that they reached the European competition, and all of a sudden they fell off. Wolves did. West Ham did. What's the name?
Leicester.
Leicester did. Everybody doing it, and they falling back. Where we?
Newcastle.
Yo,
Newcastle.
can I
2011,
I just
12.
realized that, and you know the redemption story, yeah. Obviously, not to go back, but real quick, I want to shout out to David Moyes, and I know obviously he's
Yeah.
doing well in the league.
Yeah.
But bro,
Yeah.
he's a European champion, bro, and that's
Yeah.
crazy because
And
last
then-
year
and-
Ozil was getting a lot of hype for it. So
They're a good cup side. That's their identity now. West Ham are a good cup side now. in Europe in particular, because remember they made the semifinals of the Europa League last season, and then this season they won Conference League. So I expect them to go far, and I don't think they'll do much in the Premier League. They'll survive easy, but
I think Newcastle did pushed above their weight this season.
Of course.
I think we're gonna do it slightly tenser next season, but
I
we
think
will
it
still reach
depends. I think if they go out and get Barella, I think that shows real intention.
Or Tonali.
And Tonali. If they get both, they'll get easily at least top 4, at least top 5.
Even a DM like a
I'm saying they stay
Palhinha.
in Europe. I think Newcastle will stay in Europe, like in some kind of European competition next season.
I want a trophy next year. I don't even care if we finish in the Prem. I just need a trophy, bro. Because I'm not trying to be a Spurs where we have a good team for 2-3 seasons and not get it over the line. I know with the ownership it don't look like that, but you just never know. You never know. So capitalize on what we've got and just keep building.
I think Newcastle getting Madison as well, or is he going to Spurs?
No.
We're heavy in talks with him apparently. I'd rather get Szoboszlai, but
Yeah.
Does anybody has a slight suspicion that all of a sudden, what's his name, Ten Hag kind of not like United kind of like not like
that's why I didn't say United.
Finger on me on the finger on the whole thing, but I do, like there's something
I can't lie,
suspicious
dude.
happened at the end of the season.
I think if they get ownership,
That would be the stupid. I can't lie. That would be the stupidest thing they do if they let go of him. That would be the
No,
stupidest.
I'm not talking about they getting him off or fired.
I think he's gonna underperform.
I think he's gonna. I don't think we're gonna get the top 4 for some reason next season.
I don't think
It's a lot more competition.
I don't think.
I'm gonna say I think Unai Emery is gonna do a madness next season. I think he's one that I think now that he has a full season, he's gonna really be competing.
No, he's in Europa.
Europa Conference.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're winning now.
They would
smack Juve around so bad. Oh my
That's
god!
what I'm saying.
Juve are in
He
conference.
can do really well in next season. I don't think he's good. I think he's gonna do the same in Europa. He's gonna save within top 6, top 7 next season again, because of going to the cup competition. But he can win that competition easily. Actually,
I think he's going to win that, but then maybe finish like 10th.
I think
Which
he's
is
going to be
great.
competing for
Which is
top 4. To be
fantastic.
honest,
Yeah.
I think Unai Emery is going to be competing for top 4 next season.
Villa, I think, are
I
going to
don't
have a
think
good
he's
season
gonna-
regardless
I don't
next
think
year. Whether that's
I
a
don't think
trophy
he will.
or whether that's finishing high in the league or something like that.
I
I
can't
think
lie.
if
like, for
anything,
me-
I think the Zerbi might. I think Brighton's going to be a little bit more humbled next season. I think they're going to.
I
Same
don't think
thing.
they'll-
I
they
can't,
might not
also
be-
on the Champions League thing. Sorry, I think for me, 3 of the teams next season are set for the Champions League. Like I think City, Arsenal, and Newcastle make top 4 next season.
I
don't-
don't. You think they're
Yeah.
true in
I
The
think
thing is for me, why I put those guys right. City, obvious. Arsenal for me, I don't think is going to have a bigger drop off, and I think they've already got some of their depth pieces that they need. And I'll be honest, we saw it this season of like, even though they did go out quite early in the Europa League, the drop off wasn't massive. Like they still were getting points, they were still doing well. The thing for Newcastle with me, they've got the money. They've already shown their recruitment on point. They've already shown intent with the going for guys like Barella, Tonali, Madison, things like that. Like they're showing intent. Those are the type of signings you make as to sustain your position as a club. Like those are the type of signings that Tottenham should have been making years ago. That Arsenal years ago should have been making and they weren't. That we at times should have been making and we weren't. Like
the best part is
I'm saying if they make those signings, it's them, Arsenal, and City for me top. I don't know necessarily where.
I
those are
agree with you. I agree with you, Scott. And this is how I see the difference between I rate managers more than I rate the team when you are fighting for the top 4. So for me, as much as Tonali, whatever the spaghetti people comment,
spaghetti.
At the end
Garlic
of the
bread.
day, the managers, and I don't know how it's gonna perform in the Champions League and in the Premier League. This is something I've never seen.
Yeah.
Same thing with what's his name, with Arteta. He did well when he didn't like Europa. I'm sorry, but they were struggling in Europa. Were you saying that they didn't have problem? If they did have a problem, first of all, they didn't win it. Second of all, they did not play well in that competition. That's where That's where my mind is. I'm not
Here-
pointing
All right.
onto this on the squad, because no matter how good the squad is, when you are at the top 4, top of the top, that's when the managers become more important than actual players.
Alex,
Even,
I'll be honest, I hear your point, yeah, but for me, I think with Newcastle, this window is so important for them because now, like, it's time for elevation. Like, you can't really go out and buy a Gallagher or looking at
Yeah. That I didn't expect
now
him
it's
to
time
do
to
it,
kind of.
Slants.
Well, they have to
Man,
dip into
they need
different
Gallagher.
markets. No, of course they
I
do.
didn't-
Everyone does,
I
but except for
didn't-
Chelsea. But
I didn't.
but
I didn't say that they are. First of all, I think Newcastle pushed above their weight based on the quality of the league this season. I didn't think we're gonna. I still don't think they should have done as good as they did it, because all of a sudden, when the Liverpool start to pick up the team, all of a sudden Newcastle start. You see what I'm saying? What if Chelsea will become a better team next season? All of a sudden, it's gonna be pressure on other teams.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not disrespecting Newcastle whatsoever. Nothing about them. They did, and they took a chance. What you said is exactly right. They can, and I'm saying that they're gonna be around that position again next season, based on the quality of the team. But to push them over that, it's gonna have to be on the manager.
I think.
By the way, on the manager thing, by the way, that's exactly why I don't think Brighton are going to drop off. I think they I think the strength of their manager is like he right now. Obviously, it's a small sample size in terms of a season, but right now, if you were looking at managers of the season or top managers in the Prem, De Zerbi is in top 5.
And also the thing about De Zerbi and Brighton, they've already made 3 signings. Milner, who, all right, I don't rate.
I tell you what, the Milner signing's underrated for what they need in that team.
Right,
What they do.
experience in Europe and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Dahoud could be a decent player for them again.
Dahoud wants a win.
And then João Pedro from Watford.
Yeah,
And then you've also got the likes of Buonanotte and Cisa, Jeremy Sarmiento.
most importantly, Billy Gilmore's going to get a lot of minutes next season.
Billy Gilmore will get a lot of minutes.
It depends who. It also depends. It does, I guess, depend. Also comes into because obviously they had the momentum of if they re-sign Colwell, that'd be great for them. They're not going to, so thank God for that. I think this season could actually be good for us, though. Honestly, I think this is Poch's bread and butter. I reckon we could get top 4. I think we're underrating our own talent within our own squad. I think we're underrating how quick we're trimming the squad. I think we're underrating. I think our signings are going to be more smart. I think we're going for less targets, but Caicedo, that's the big one. I think we'll get him.
I look at the kid from Villarreal.
Jackson
is. I never heard of
I
him.
like Nico Jackson, bro.
I
like
went on YouTube for the first time and looked at the kid. Lion. I looked at what's his name, Badiashile before.
Well, I'll be honest, yeah.
Big is
the
another
point
one
you're
man.
making.
Interesting.
But about Chelsea, yeah, the thing is, if we get that Caicedo deal through and we get Enzo, I feel like for me, if we just have we need stability in our club first and foremost. Like I think that the stability needs to come with our lineup, like with a core group of players, like relying on 15, 16 players instead of 25 plus. So next season, I see us getting more than 70 points, bro. I'll be honest, it's a possibility. It's a very big possibility.
I also think that a lot of these younger players who re-signed, I think we'll see more of them. Don't be surprised if we see Slonina play in the cup competitions. Don't be surprised if Santos even comes back. Cassidy could have loans, but
Malo Gusto.
Gusto is
Cassidy is on loan, but Santos is definitely staying at Chelsea.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He got the work permit.
They changed the rules. We can give him a work permit. Yeah, it's like we've got Colwell who's going to come back. That'll be a great addition to have for rotation. Silva, whether we love him or not, he's going to get eased out, and I think
I agree.
Yeah, Ziyech needs to be kicked out of the team. That's for sure.
Ziyech, Pulisic, both going to go. That's 2 less problems.
He doesn't even need to learn Arabic, by the way. He already knows Arabic, so.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying, bro.
Oh yeah, this is the other. I forgot, Sledge. You're the other one that doesn't like Ziyech. Oh my days. Bro.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I'll be honest, guys. Yeah, I
Never
don't
liked him. Sorry, bro.
I don't.
You're losing bad, man. Kai Havertz debate and Ziyech. Your ID talent's worse than Tuchel.
That fake wizard, man.
Are you talking to me, Surfer?
Yeah, your ID talent.
Hey, man,
Look, they'll cook when they leave Chelsea. They'll cook when they leave Chelsea, right?
Let me
not
ask
You should have
you.
cooked in the Saudi League, yeah? How amazing.
Hey man, El
Saudi
Nas,
League.
hey, listen, all those crosses that Ziyech has, you got Ronaldo now for the head, all right? I'm just saying.
I
That is
think
such
you
an L.
should go where Lukaku goes.
No, they are good
He is,
buddies.
he's
They
going
are
out
good
the
buddies.
exit door.
Marshall, can I just say, yeah, you see Todd Bowley, yeah, that he went to Saudi Arabia. If he sanctions like this Deadwood out to Saudi Arabia, you know what? I'll start giving him more excuses. I'll start defending him more, bro. Because that's genius. That's genius, bro. I'm sorry. What, 7 of our players almost? What, I'm not talking about.
Well, they
Mendy,
said
Ziyech,
this week the Bowley haters were out going, what was he doing in Saudi Arabia? He didn't do anything. And then all these stories come out, or like 5 days later.
Todd Bowley
Yeah, we'll
needs to
see.
be back
Andrew,
in,
you know what's-
Todd Bowley needs
you
to
know
go
what's
back to
even
Los
worse?
Angeles because his Dodgers ain't doing well.
Do you know what's
His
even
Dodgers
worse?
decided to go woke, and the whole stadium didn't show up.
Uh-oh.
You know,
Uh-oh.
you know with
Like
like
there's empty
he needs to stop
stadium.
eating as well.
So stupid, man.
It's irony because I usually fall asleep to baseball games anyway because it sucks. But
I
Yeah.
didn't- I
Here,
didn't
here,
turn to
here
the
could be
channel.
another. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was saying that they actually did the mad thing. What they did, they turned transgenders into nuns. Like they offended everything that possibly can be offended.
Cancel culture, bro. It's a bitch. Cancel culture didn't get out Greg Berhalter, though. Fucking phony ass.
Wow. I mean, seriously.
Honestly, it's
Change the
despicable.
nuns changed
Well, you're
into
getting Jesse Marsh, mate.
funny.
Here's a good next topic. Breakout player of the season for next season.
Well, I was going to say that, but
We
then...
didn't sign the player yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, maybe save it for when we do the predictions at the end of the season.
He's like a
I want to be involved in that, Marshall. To be involved.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. We'll get everyone back on the panel for that one, and yeah, we'll get it going. But I mean, we did hit the 2-hour mark. Let's go ahead and close this chapter.
I haven't heard from you for a long time.
We'll talk backstage. But guys, everyone in the chat, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys for being here. Let me go ahead and set up a raid. We'll go and raid someone. But if you guys are new here, make sure you are smashing that like button. Make sure you're subscribing if you haven't done so already. Also, be sure to check out our links in the description, all that fun stuff. Leave a comment down below if you're watching this in the future. Let us know what you thought of our picks and who had the biggest howler, which is probably going to be me, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, I did say Tottenham top 4, so that is what it is. But hey, there's no one to raid, so never mind. Anyways, guys, go ahead and do all the admin stuff. Thank you everyone in the panel for being here, and we'll talk again tomorrow for the Casually Chelsea show. We got a bunch of news, and I already prepped the show. A lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of things to discuss. Make sure you're checking out Ahmed's channel as well, because he is talking about the news every day and uploading twice a day almost, I think.
Is it
Right?
Turkey
Double
Trip
uploads?
is the sponsor to Turkey?
I don't need Turkey.
All right, but big up to everyone. Thank you everyone, and thank you to the cameos here. We got Slens and Steve, who also made it to the show. A long time no see from
Hey,
Slens
Marshall,
as
can I
well.
say one last thing before you lock
Go
off?
for it,
I want to say
brother.
one thing. We've had a terrible season, guys, but listen to Chelsea fans. Go to sleep knowing that Frank Lampard will never be your manager ever again. So, congratulations.
All right. That being
problem
said,
is, I
ladies
did
and
that- I
gents,
did
say
that.
now that
Problem
he's
is,
one
I
of the
did that
worst
in
managers.
Last
I
time.
did that in January.
Whoa.
I did that in January 2021, and he still came back. So you know, I can't do that again.
we never know. We never know. But I agree with Slez. I think it's done. I think the chapter's closed. But never say never. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, stay casual. Have a